Chewy.
Make a soup.
Well, speaking of shoe leather, it feels like that's what you've been eating for the past couple of days, as the ship's chef has been producing some sort of, you believe, cabbage-based gruel that has not been pleasant on anybody's insides. Even the goblins, which is impressive in its own right.
I haven't been eating that.
I'm his best friend now. Just saying.
Luckily, I don't need to eat. In fact, that's probably the reason why the lot of you have actually bumped into each other. With possible exception of the doctor, who has been checking in on such people with intestinal distress.
Sure.
They came to the one person who was able to provide them a meal kind of on the down low, as you didn't want to have to share that with the other sailors that you were coming in with. That being said, you actually spent a decent amount of time on that ship. Did anybody actually get to learn the names of any of the sailors on board? Or were you just kind of there for the ride?
Where are we going?
10 of them in total. The island of Ludlock, which you had heard. They've got a request out to go take care of some kobolds.
That's why I'm going there.
They keep ratcheting up the price from what you've seen, and it's finally hit the point where it's more than enough to pay for your fare across the ocean, a couple of days in some small rink-a-dink town, and then heading home.
I think I would have tried to get 3 names. The cook, so I can avoid him at all costs. And probably the captain and first mate.
Okay.
What?
First mate?
The captain and first mate.
First mate is Harry Denholm, a human male. He's 19. Fresh, but knows what he's doing. Seems to have the trust of the captain. The chef is Emmett Garrett. That's Emmett.
Sorry, what was the captain's name?
Haven't said it yet.
First mate.
Oh, first mate.
Is Harry Den.
Harry Denholm. Emmett Garrick is the chef. 24, male, half-elf. Working with what he got, which isn't great, but does.
So I expect him to be fired and try to get a job somewhere else. Who's your chef? I'm going to be asking that. Until I get away from this place.
And the suntanned Caucasian captain with dreadlocks, who you've gotten to meet, is Captain Bishop Bones, was the name that he goes by. Bones, in quotes. Captain of the trade vessel Bone Reaver, so this man has edge. And dreads. Kind of a bad mix.
Bone Reaver?
Reaver, yes. One word, B-O-N-E-R-E-A-V.
Sure, yeah. The Bone Reaver.
Captain himself has a shark-tooth necklace that sets him apart from the rest of his crew. They have similar necklaces, but he has pretty much a full set of, you'd guess, maybe 24, 25 shark teeth on his, whereas all the others are kind of, seem to denote rank, how many teeth they are currently wearing.
I have my necklace and there are 2 things there. It's like dangling, yeah.
I've got little pyramids.
Wonderful.
So the Captain Bishop, and I presume Bishop is his surname.
Yes. Doesn't seem to either give you his first name or insists his first name is actually Bones.
Yeah.
Which no one
And that tracks with a white guy with
dreadlocks
and a shark tooth necklace.
Yeah.
Is he shirtless?
Most of the time.
Nice.
I think Dr. Wickham would have learned the names of everyone on board.
Okay.
Like, as soon as possible, because he's very, very gregarious in that sense.
Okay, so other members of the crew you meet, these are the sailors. Royce.
Wait, who's the first mate? Did you go over there?
Harry Denholm.
Denholm. Yeah.
Yep. He's a young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed 19-year-old.
First mate.
Who somehow seems to have won the favor of Captain Bones.
Probably can hook him up with...
that dank kush.
Yeah.
Gotta say it straight face. That's the hardest part.
And the other sailors?
Other sailors, there's Royce Swales.
Swales?
S-W-A-I-L-E-S.
Okay.
There's Digby Rogue.
Digby Rogue. Rogue spelled like the class?
Yep.
Like the lip shade.
That's Rouge.
That's rude.
And that's cheeks.
Commonly misspelled
Yeah,
rogue.
okay. Digby Rogue, and then
There's Harper Rudges, who is a female half-elf.
gonna have to spell that.
Rudges.
Okay.
Camilla Rodney.
Camilla Rodney.
Camilla or Camilla?
Camilla.
Is that how
Or
you spell
Carmella. Carmella.
Carmella.
What? I know why I wanted to put an E there because of Camilla's. But Lucille Rex, Reks.
Okay.
Vala Starbreeze, who has a left peg leg.
Vala, V-A-L-A.
Mm-hmm.
Starbreeze.
Yep. Greely somehow related to Zach Moonbreeze.
Of course. It's related.
Yeah.
The families are
Family related.
Yeah.
They grew up together. Moon and stars. Gilda Parch.
Gilda Parch.
Yep, P-A-R-C-H.
Okay.
And then Lula Hidlm.
Hiddlehom.
Yep.
That's,
Who is
that's
missing a right eye.
So the Hiddlehom is what I spelled.
H-I-D-O-M. Hidom.
Oh, Hiddom. H-I-D-O-M. Hiddom. Sure. And these people are all dead now, right?
These are like I said,
Okay,
the
so
ship
let me
crashes,
just cross
sinks, they're all dead. You swim to shore, leaving their graves behind.
I mean, I did say we were individuals into.
Can I get everybody's character names again? I didn't get them just around.
So we got Dr. Wickham.
Can you spell that?
W-I-C-K-H-A-M. Wickham.
Okay.
A green goblin with a charming smile named Mah'jong.
M-A-H''J-O-N-G.
Like Mah'jong, but given a little
Yeah,
bit
just
tweak.
a little.
Okay.
Yeah,
A goblin tweak.
Marquise,
Goblin.
Marie, Marceau.
That is a goblin name.
Marceau is M-A-R-C-E-A-U.
Because French.
And then Marquise, not like Marquis, right? It's M-A-R-Q-U-I-S-E,
Okay.
which is
Wow.
technically different because I think Marquise is the female version of
Yeah,
Marquis.
Levy, Tealeaf.
Okay.
And for those at home, you are Linney.
Linney Turen.
There you go. We're all caught. Okay.
And if I can just get my hands on a find familiar spelling, you'll get to meet my my cat Snowball.
One day.
Yeah.
Is it actually black?
No.
Would be a good irony.
So, so a fluffy
No, it's
Berman
snowy.
cat looks like a
Used to
Siamese
be
cat,
fully
but
white.
with long hair and white toes.
Does this cat have dreads as well?
No, but
Do
does
not
have
dread
like a
your
tutu,
cats.
doesn't it?
That's right. I forgot about that.
What color's the tutu?
It's like a very pale pink, I think it was. I can't remember.
Well,
I
Dr.
the
Wickham,
cat's, like always in displeasure.
as you'd been introducing yourself and
Just
kind
like
of
the
chatting up
grumpy
the
cat.
crew, you had heard a couple of other rumors among the sailors, spending some time with them while they choked down that cabbage gruel. One of them even turned to you at some point in time and mentioned, well, most folk head out this way for the kobold infestation. Few in town talk about it. They've just kind of come to live with the little blighters. There's a pot of gold offered by the town, a good amount of money, something like 25 gold pieces per dead kobold. They've kept raising the price, you see, after each group fails to come back.
If I
Gives
had
a
if I had
teethy
eyebrows, I would raise it.
They,
Oh
they
my.
understand the gesture.
Right.
Yeah,
Do you have like drawn on eyebrows? That you...
do you
No.
have like 8 charisma? Like, how do you
I
persuade?
have a 12 charisma,
Oh.
so
It's like it's all like hand movements, I assume. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to like ask more around or anything, but that's kind of the base that you get introduced.
Okay, so he says that kobolds are a problem. The hunting parties are going missing, and because of that, the bounty is essentially rising. Okay. All right. I'm going to this same fellow. I'm gonna. Which one is he or she?
Scrolling. It'll be a he.
Woman on the board.
3. Digby. Digby Rogue.
Okay.
Very cheeky.
Well, that sounds very troublesome, old boy. Now, what exactly is it that these kobolds do, anyway, on the island? Exactly. What's so frustrating about them moving about?
Well, you know, they pester a lot of the local wildlife, make hunting a pain. Traps have been the big issue. A number of hunters go out there, legs get bit by all sorts of strange mangly devices. Recently, big problem has been the grave digging.
So I suppose those graves shouldn't be dug.
No.
They're not expected, are they?
No,
That is.
they're
Impromptu graves.
No, they're going into the town
Oh, I
and
see.
digging
I
up
see.
the graves.
I thought there was a problem with people. Not enough people on the island were dying to fill the graves. that they were digging.
No, they got the opposite
Oh,
problem.
I
about
see.
the sacrifice.
So are they? How shall we say? Disturbing the bodies, or
They're right digging them up and taking pieces of them.
oh, well,
They've been taking bones as trophy or something.
that's improper to say the least. Yes.
I'm sure you wouldn't want anybody taking your bones.
Oh no, in fact, I absolutely wouldn't because that's all I have left.
Do you wear clothes or are you just walking around?
I do wear clothes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
I
it
have
the,
like a-
the top hat and like
I have like
the eye patch.
I have like a long coat and a top hat.
Nice.
Nice. I like the idea of a skeleton wearing 2 eye patches. They don't have any eyes.
What's the other?
Why not?
Well, it's just like the glasses that blind people wear. You know, it's,
Yeah.
it's furniture.
Now, have there been any rumours or perhaps concrete information about why exactly these kobold hunting parties have gone missing?
Nah, they just don't come back. Maybe they fell into another dimension or something. But
Is that common there on Ludlock? I see.
more likely they just died, and the kobolds wanted the bodies.
Ah, it fell into one of those impromptu graves you're talking about.
Yeah.
Lots of holes.
I like you.
Well, you're one of the first people to say that to me in quite a long time. The lack of skin tends to make people very uncomfortable.
We need plenty of raw people out this way.
Oh, yes. Some of your crewmates there are rather, and I hope you'll take this in the kindest sense. Very, very swarthy, I'd say.
Oh,
Yes.
I think they would appreciate that.
No, it's very appropriate to your station. Yeah.
We aim to please you, of course. From what I understand, you're heading out that way.
Oh, yes. In fact, I am. I am actually in need of the money. In fact, it will do well to find a certain research project I have in mind, and no, I figured what horrible effect can a kobold have on me? I'm already dead, you see.
Well, if it's the money you're interested in. One of the local nobles, there's basically only 2 of them on the island from what I understand, but they've got another little pool started as well. Another 400 gold on a single kobold called Kipper.
Kipper. Like the fish.
Like the fish.
Okay.
Like the dog.
Like the dog. Yeah.
So this Kipper chap. Is he more troublesome than the other kobolds, or does he seem to be the leader? Or?
You see, he's not much of a leader, but I think I assume it's a he. It's a thief. Breaks into the noble homes and steals.
I see, yes, taking the fine china and so on.
And has also left a couple of bones behind as well. It's got some of the villagers in a bit of a rile, wondering if there's some sort of deal between the two.
I see, so this Kipper is leaving bones behind as he's stealing things? Is that right?
Like a calling.
Well, that sounds more like an exchange, really. Perhaps, I'm not sure what the exchange rate is between bones and fine china. Exactly. I'm not sure how your economic system here on Ludlock works exactly.
We just sail around it. We happen to make a couple of stops there every now and again, and we're heading that way when you were looking for a ride.
I see.
But the 2 you're looking for, Two they're getting stolen from.
Oh, yes, the nobles. Yes.
One's Mikhail, Mikhail, and the other's this dragoness lady. What's her name? Sulfrasa. That's right. Sulfrasa.
So I thought. Okay. So your this island. How long exactly? You must be familiar with it. You do come round from time to time.
Once or twice a year, yeah.
So, well, what's the demographics like, my good man? What exactly? So, mostly humans, I take it? People with skin, mind you.
Yes. Well, majority human. A lot of the dwarves who were mining there have moved on. One did stay behind.
I see.
There's a elf somewhere on the island. I think she's a shepherd or something of that sort.
Well, that's unusual for an elf to be interested in.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
I don't really follow much. I see is my home.
Certainly, yes.
Outside of that, the town did have a kobold living there at some point in time. And
I see. Okay.
from what I've heard, last I was there, they unfortunately a small little goblin clan used to live there, and the kobolds wiped them out.
I see.
They were good enough in town that they actually got gravestones, the whole 9 yards.
Very strange indeed. So they are used to, and you'll forgive me for saying so, monstrous races.
You'll draw a head turn, sure, buddy, but they'll probably be fine.
Well, that certainly makes my efforts easier.
You will instantly lynch.
I find it difficult to treat people or to engage with them in any concrete fashion when they're too busy screaming about my lack of flesh.
That makes sense, yeah. Well, you probably won't have as much of a problem with that.
Well, that's good, jolly good.
Town hasn't had any cases of, the actual brainless undead. Not
Oh,
your
yes.
type. Yeah. So,
I can assure you, I quite indeed have a brain. I have several doctorates, in fact.
Oh.
Yes. But that's neither here nor there. Well, thank you, my good man, for your information. I won't trouble you any longer. I'm sure you have sails to rig or to move up or down, or crates to move about. A sailor's life.
Not until we land. Yeah, make your break.
Can I ask a human, whatever, first one I meet?
Sure. Roll me a d10.
Haha. Can do.
See who you're talking to.
6.
6. You're talking to Carmela. Carmela Rodney.
The only woman there?
No, she's one of 6 women of this crew
okay.
of 11, technically.
I will pull on her skirt or whatever, and I will...
Pants. It's pirate's life, man.
Sure, yeah, whatever. And I will say, how long will the torture last for?
Sorry, little one. We've got another day at least.
Ah, marvelous. Another day.
You haven't lost your cookies again, have you?
Kind of got tired of that stew. It's a pleasure for first 10 days.
It builds fortitude.
Yeah, that's...
Improve your constitution.
It'll give you character.
My con is, that's the only reason why I can tolerate this food here. Another day.
Just another day?
Can you tell me... Can you tell
As
me...
I do that ritual chanting.
Can you tell me,
Sailors start joining you.
ma'am, about the... You said kobolds were there.
Yeah, everybody knows there's a huge kobold problem.
How about goblins?
Last time we were there was, unfortunately, they just buried a clan of goblins who lived nearby town.
The worst.
By the sound of it, they close enough to the kobolds that eventually just either fell to their
Close
traps
enough?
or...
Oh, you mean Space-wise,
Space-wise,
not,
yeah.
not
No, the
races.
kobolds.
Jeez.
The kobolds killed them.
Well,
Town had a burial service for the
I'm
clan
about
and all.
to take care of that then.
Revenge.
Oh yeah, now it's personal. Now it is personal. This is the time.
This time, it's
This time is personal. Okay. Do you have
You
any?
don't mess with my junk.
Thank you.
You know what? Have a desk mate.
Thank you.
Wonderful. You're welcome.
See, whereas
Makes
Jason
the
would have
GM
killed
laugh.
your character
Yeah.
for making a pun.
I love them.
So,
They fuel me.
Can you tell me something about the place we're going?
Ludlock Island?
Yeah, seems great place.
It's quiet. It's foggy.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a nice little forest on one side and a kind of spiring mountain on the other. I used to mine silver out of it, but that's dried up about 5-6 years ago. Majority of the miners didn't leave. Dwarves all banded together and, well, they worked their way off, to be honest.
Population?
Last I checked, somewhere around like 30, 40 or so people there. Closer to the 40 end, but you never know with islands like this.
Right.
People fall in the water and never seen again. Or...
And just me being on the boat for how many days? Like how many
how
days?
long have you been
yeah,
here already?
Yeah, on the trip.
It's been 4 days already.
Oh,
So
4
it's a 5-day
days.
trip. It's not
That's
bad,
not
but
that bad. I'm like, am
but
I
it's a
going
lot
to the
of
island
cabbage.
with 30 people for like? Okay.
Mhm. It's a lot of cabbage.
That's great. What else do I want to know? And the payment, obviously, for killing those dirty, filthy kobolds.
Last I heard, bounty was up to 25 gold pieces per head.
It's fine if I'm Goblin.
It's never fun.
I don't know. Goblin lives matter.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I just had to.
They're offering 25 for each skull you bring back. Gold pieces.
Gold pieces.
Yeah, that's good money, but
And where, if I may
I
ask,
wouldn't be caught
are they
trying.
getting that gold from?
Well, it used to be a silver mining town.
But it's gone for 6 years now.
A lot of the nobility stuck around.
Sounds suspicious little to me.
It's also been an ongoing problem. The kobolds have been there for upwards of 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
There was a big attempt, if I
Didn't
remember
even-
right, 7 or 8 years ago to just wipe them off, and they took the regular
just
clan from like 60, 70 odd kobolds down to a real battle-hardened number. Like it's probably 20, maybe 30 of them. Nobody's got a good number. But
So,
antibiotic resistant.
you said that they raised the bounty on their heads, skulls.
used to just be a gold piece per skull you bring
Right.
back.
And
Number of adventurers who've gone through, and
speaking of those adventures, what was the last group and what was their build? Like 2 of them or 10?
it was a group
20.
of 5 of them. They were a little wet behind the ears. One of them was nobility, well funded. Managed to fund the whole group of them. Spells, the whole lot, ready to just sling magic at the problem. They
Met one of those.
did not last.
Yep, they wouldn't.
Now, mind you, they did actually go around and hire some.
And I assume no goblins at that party. Ha, that was that first mistake.
Gives you that kind of like blank look from us. Yeah, that was the problem.
That was
We
it.
got them figured out.
There's your problem right there. You're not throwing a goblin at that. What you doing without a goblin? Throw a goblin at that.
Yep.
Runs out every party.
Yeah.
Yep. And at that, I'll turn around and walk away.
Got a
Exit
problem?
scene.
Just throw a goblin at it.
I want to try to make something alcoholic with my alchemist supplies.
Sure. You're proficient?
Yes.
I will
Duh.
let you start that process. Being a brewer myself, I now know it takes a long frickin' time.
Yeah, it does.
But since this is a higher scale in terms of time, you'll probably be able to finish that. So give me a quick check just to get things started.
What am I putting with it? Wisdom or intelligence?
Intelligence.
I guess if you had like a mash already going, you could distill it.
16.
If you had
16?
distill tools.
Okay, yeah, you got things started. You got like do you have like a barrel or something? Otherwise, I'm just going to say you've got like a potion worth of something started.
I probably don't have a... I didn't buy a barrel, so I probably don't have it.
If you want to buy one off one of the sailors, they'll let it go for a bit of a price, 5 silver.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
There you go. They happily break your gold in half. Okay. Anything the two of you would like to do before you hit land?
Hurl over the side.
Oh, of course.
Bye! Off the deck of the ship.
That's the problem with having a stomach.
And lungs.
Yes.
I think Linney would probably make a point to introduce herself to everybody on the ship.
You
And-
meet the lot of them.
In 3
She
days,
would
yeah.
also offer her assistance in any kind of like mechanical upkeep or anything that they might need help with, being a tinker gnome, and she's got proficiency with smith's tools. If there's any work on the ship that needs to be done, she's willing to lend a hand.
Oh yeah, they'll set you to work like reforging and reworking things where it's like, we just kind of worked around the problem to
You know
get
how
an
to fix the
actual
computer?
solution.
The blue
You are
tape
now-
everywhere.
You are now our IT person.
It's that person, like, you get on the boat and it's the IT equivalent of you start up their computer and they're like, I hate all these pop-ups for, like, Norton antivirus and whatnot. And they're just minimizing everything and then complaining about why their computer's going so slow.
Do I need to...
But yeah, you're
you need
able
to
to
go
meet
to the
all the
internet here.
sailors.
Put on this AOL CD.
Yeah, it's that.
Oh, wow.
The maze desktop
Desktop.
from Night in the Woods.
Yeah, I thought that was from Night in the Woods.
Burly singles in your zip code. Tough, angry singles. We are not joking.
Okay. So you spend some time out at sea. Day goes by. You're starting to see this bright light off in the distance, kind of flickering. And you hear Captain shouting out, "Land ho!" Sun's setting at this point, but they're aiming for port. Over that time, since Dr. Wickham and Linney both had spent a good amount of time with the crew, both of you can give me insight checks.
Okay, I shall do so. I have provisions. I have expertise in insight.
Nice.
I'm a scholar. I got expertise in a lot of fucking stuff.
And a gentleman.
And yeah, we expertise. Insight.
I do have proficiency in that.
That'll be a 24.
And
Nice. Okay, so you get on with folks, and you're like, there's clearly something that like binds the group together beyond just being stuck on a boat together. There's something else there that you notice. What you've managed to piece together is that there's some sort of like religious connection between everybody here. You can tell that the necklaces they're wearing aren't just for show. There is some legitimate like divine magic involved in that.
Okay.
With our cult sacrifice, take it.
Now,
I mean, it could be, yeah.
now, do I know? I do have skill
We're gonna
in.
get thrown in there.
I don't know if religion would apply or arcana because it is
Hey,
magic.
man.
I would go with
I'm up for a
religion on
game.
this one. Yeah.
Okay, well,
If you
may
want
I
to give
roll
that a
to
roll.
see if I understand what kind of sure
roll for religion.
religion?
Roll for religion.
12.
12? You give it a look over, and you're not sure of exactly what it is. You're like, ooh, this isn't mainstream. That's for sure. Something to do with the sea, clearly reveres sharks. You're going to need access to like a library or something.
Sure.
Dig a little bit deeper to figure out what's actually going on here.
Okay.
But yeah, something... Everybody on board seems to be a part of the same cult.
They're all wearing the
Probably good one.
necklaces and everything like that. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah, like cult in the Greek sense, not necessarily.
Yeah,
in the,
sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're all awoken by that sound of land ho. make your way up deck as you watch the ship makes its way into harbor. It's just now like sunset. You're getting the last rays of twilight as you pull into the harbor, boats lashed up. You see there's a couple of people standing around watching the ship come in. A few of them offer their services to the crew to help unload supplies. Some of them are immediately starting to make deals, trade, see what they can get. But the crew seems to handle most of the actual moving. They've got 10 people. Once you get a ship lashed, there's not much for them to do. And already a good number of them, about 8 or so, are heading off to the pub, the local tavern that you can see. Well lit, and still good amount of noise coming out of it, even at this time of night. The village itself is relatively small. There's probably 12 or so buildings in town, and then there's a couple that spot the edge that seem to be farms or maybe ranches of some sort.
I think I held off on eating today, so I'm gonna rush over to the tavern.
All right, you are following behind Captain Bones and majority of his crew.
No, as soon as I know that we're
I
a
knew
day away, I'm just not eating.
I'm just gonna get through this.
We'll survive if we make it till night.
Yeah.
So are you three heading to?
Yeah.
The
Oh
tavern?
yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been eating good.
Tavern.
I just want to drink.
Sure.
Fair, yeah. So what about Linney and Dr. Wickham? Now that they've
So
landed?
most of the sailors are heading towards the town.
Yeah, there's effectively 3 sailors left behind
Wait, what have
to
you been
keep
eating?
watch on the ship and to start
This-
moving some
table.
supplies.
Sure.
Food.
And
Oh,
the rest
right.
are filing into the town.
Weren't you sharing
Does that
that?
include the
Yeah.
captain?
Yes, that
So
includes
I don't
Captain
know why
Bones.
these guys
And
are
the
eating
first
fucking
mate.
cabbage.
And the
Well, you can
first
only
mate is
make
left
4
behind
meals,
to
so
keep an eye on.
supervise.
You could
So
only
one
make
of us,
2
yeah,
people,
has
2
to-
meals.
Then, seeing that everyone's
For
heading
a
over
day.
to the tavern, I will also do so.
Okay, you
Yeah.
join them. All right. The lot of you all enter into the tavern. You can see center table. 2 sheep have been slaughtered and literally butchered on the table in front of you. Probably within the last couple of minutes, they clearly saw the ship coming. The tavern owner is currently just carving pieces off. She seems pretty happy. It's going to be a good night for business. Carving pieces off and then heading towards the back to start cooking things
You
up.
just
But-
put that in the front room.
yeah, front room. It's a clear showpiece
Oh.
for the sailors.
It's one of those rustic sort of things. Yeah.
As soon as I
The-
just walk in, just fork and knife, just at the table of this thing. So, that's
the-
where here.
The tavern keeper is a halfling woman. You eventually pick up the name pretty quickly just from other people talking about the food she prepares. Fenrana, Fenrana. Last name, Triple Biscuit.
Triple biscuit.
Exactly as
Love
you would
that.
expect.
So that's one word, I take it.
Yep. Well, triple hyphen biscuit.
Ah, right.
It's hyphenated last names of the Triple and Biscuit family.
Yeah.
I hope you're not ethically against my staff.
Is it a bone
Oh
staff?
no. That's I understand this. When you live as I do, there needs to be some flexibility about how you interpret this sort of symbols. Yes, and so I didn't personally. I'm almost certain I didn't personally know the person that you're.
No,
hand
I
came
wouldn't
from.
so. I wouldn't think so. No.
Very
My
nice
staff
hand.
is a
A hand.
literally a severed
Good
hand. Is a little dried.
So, it's it's
mummified.
Got mummified.
Like
It's so
yeah.
the head of the staff is the old fingers are twisted.
Gnarled and-
Yeah.
Got a real potential monkey's paw situation going on.
Oh
there.
yeah. Ooh.
Although I do think it would be served rather well to keep that away from actual food and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I put it just lean to the table. Thumbs up.
I suppose.
On the staff.
I
On the
suppose the
staff.
sailors will be drunk enough not to really mind that per se. Well, they'll think it's just a very tall chap. Reaching for something on the secret.
Yes. I'll
I-
stow it away.
You also notice
Gently.
in one corner of the room there's kind of a not really makeshift, but lower quality, like you'd link it to like a vegetable stand or somebody's lemonade stand, which says Willis's Hard Cider.
This is inside.
Inside, yeah.
Do they come in pints?
Yeah, there's a man behind the counter who's basically selling like growlers.
It's awesome to be small. It's just so good.
So pints.
You do have savings there, yeah. You don't spend a lot.
Yeah.
You get drunk a lot quicker too.
Oh, I'm the. Was it the?
Oh,
hill?
the stout halfling.
Yeah. Resistance
never mind.
poison.
That means you're made out of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm made of stuff.
You see
Open the veins and just pour it in.
You see an older man sitting behind the counter. You would guess maybe in his early 40s or late 30s.
This is behind the cider counter.
Yeah, the cider counter. Already has that kind of like white-haired crown of hair, bald on top. Seems to be selling a good amount of the hard cider.
So I'll probably order some food and then get some cider.
Okay. A meal comes to a grand total if you're grabbing the cider as well, because you're getting an actual like clay jug worth.
Ooh.
Gold piece.
What? Rip off.
Full meal, you get to keep the jug and it's good cider.
Wow.
I just want the cider.
Okay. That'll be 5 silver.
Alright.
So the other half of your gold piece goes away.
I'm like
I
digging
mean,
in. I'm,
you can just get a meal and I'll eat
Yeah.
it.
I'm digging in this like fresh cut meat with my fork and spoon, just like like a chipper shredder, and then I smell actual cooked food, and I'm like, oh, they cook it here.
Yeah, that's common in these towns. They do like to cook.
And then I'll order the cooked one.
Yeah. Eventually, like, lambs and rack get passed around.
No, thank you.
No,
I'm quite alright.
no appetite today.
Or ever, for that matter.
But
I'll
as you
take
look
his
around,
portion.
it seems to be maybe about 20
small
some
as
odd
you are.
people are in here. And you're definitely sure this isn't the whole village. But
Sure.
it's pretty close.
Oh wait, I think we're more small creatures than large, like medium
Yeah.
creatures.
Yeah.
We got
Halfling,
Yeah.
gnome, and goblin. Yeah.
goblin,
And what are you two? You're skeleton.
Human and skeleton.
yeah.
I'm a 6'3" skeleton.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk up to this lemonade machine and ask the person.
The old man leans over to look down at you.
Yeah.
Can I
I,
help you,
blu-
Sonny?
I blush because I don't have my card. Like if I get carded for age, like,
I don't know that they do
Mr.
that.
Sir.
What happens on the island
Stays on the
Yeah.
island.
Okay.
Until you get voted off the
Mm.
island.
Right.
Are you one of the new sailors?
No, I'm like this lean over the
Yeah, peeking up.
peek over the bar. I'm here for those kobolds.
Oh, sorry. People who go after them don't tend to have quite a very long life expectancy. I wish you good luck, but I just got to state the facts. Now, what can I do for you?
I'll take that lemonade, and
Oh, it's hard cider.
that's the best.
It's the best kind of lemonade.
Yeah, one of the finest ones.
That'll be 5 silver.
Yeah, give him a coin, and
You get effectively like 28
A bucket.
ounces
ooh,
of hard cider.
nice. This will last for next like 10 minutes. So you're saying that adventurers turn to not come back from trips to hunt kobolds. Why makes you say that?
Because they don't come back?
But do they scream in the woods, or just they go there and like throw themselves
Couple
in the
of
pits?
I mean, I'm assuming they want to live.
Just a lot of suicidal.
They got to die.
It's the place to
Okay.
go. Right?
Suicide.
Okay.
We're in Japan.
Now look, if you actually want like a chance to earn some money and make it out of here alive.
That's the goal.
Maybe just play it easy and go after this guy Kipper.
Kipper.
Yeah, as this kobold thief sneaks into town, goes after the nobility. Seems to be leaving behind bones they dig up. Which is a bit weird, if you ask me. Not really a calling card kind of thing. You see, one of the lords up on that hill, they're clearly into some weird shit. Know what I mean?
Just glassy looks, just like, yeah, totally. And you're talking about Lord...
Oh, I wouldn't speak ill of my fellow villagers.
okay.
He gives you a knowing smile.
How many teeth?
yeah.
He's got a good amount of his teeth.
Well, it's a lord, not a lady, so we know already
Okay.
which one it is.
Oh.
He may have tipped his hat.
So, yeah, and then next question would be how many lords of this town there are.
2.
More than one?
Well, there's only one lord.
Well, they could be titled lord, but you know.
I don't know. You're looking a little thirsty. Maybe you'd like something for the road.
Yes.
Uh,
Water, please.
We don't serve water.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you bought some of the regular stuff.
You know I have dysentery for drinking regular water.
Maybe you'd be interested in old Willis's Applejack. Do you have any proficiency in nature?
I have proficiency in...
You can give me a nature check if you want to.
Sure, let's go for...
What it means.
Yeah.
No idea.
I'll take that one. Gladly.
Completely clueless.
Yeah. It smells like snozberries. I don't know.
It's a cereal.
So,
Yeah, it's a wonderful cereal. It's kids.
What is he serving me after?
You see, he's got an actual glass,
Mason jar.
wine bottle kind of look, corked. It's got a very dark amber color to it, and you notice there's a small sliver of a gem, bluish in color, sapphire, floating inside of it. No more than the smallest little nick off of a gemstone.
I'm gonna look at it and I'm like, that must be spoiled or something.
Almost like a little
that
pebble.
shouldn't that must be spoiled. That shouldn't float there in your. But I'll drink it.
no,
Yeah,
that's-
it's
Secret ingredient.
That's a little bit of lapis. It holds the magic.
lapis.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll just bottoms up my jug that he gave me of the lemonade. So give it to him to fill it up.
I'm just imagining Goblin with that, and you've just scribbled lemonade on the side.
No, yeah, it actually says the cider, but you're like,
Give me a Constitution save, because you've
Absolutely.
downed a whole bunch of hard cider.
That would be a saving throw.
Mhm.
15.
15.
Yeah.
You're feeling it, warm, but not technically poisoned by rules as written.
Yeah. It's a normal Wednesday for me. Lemonade.
Willis, the man behind the counter,
Oh, I could get
just
drunk
kind of
as shit
stares
here
at
with
you
my serpent
slack
hands.
jawed.
Yeah.
I'm like Linney drinks
So,
some.
is he pouring this
No,
yellow thing?
he's got a bottle of it
Mhm.
that he's pulled
Yep,
from
same that
out of a backpack, a container of
it's
some
like
sort.
a fancy personal thing.
Seems to be.
Okay. So if he's not trying to poison me, this must cost a lot.
If you want a drink, little buddy, I can pour you just a little drink. I'm surprised you're upright.
Yeah. Sure, I'm up for a game, so yeah.
All right.
oh, we're gambling?
It's it's a gold coin
Ugh.
for a shot.
What's a shot?
He pulls out a chipped little glass and goes, "This."
I'm squinted it. What? Okay, sure.
No, can't drink shots alone. I'm coming over.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Wow.
get a shot, buddy.
Wow.
I hear shots.
Shots at a
I'm
D&D
going.
game. Wow.
And all
First
of a sudden
time.
it's Jello shot night
Yeah.
down at the tavern.
Okay, sure.
They've
Let's-
had to invent
yeah.
Jello just for this occasion.
Just for this occasion.
Okay, sure.
You
Gold
need bone
coin.
meal. It's
Okay,
where all the
so-
Remember
bones
that
have
time
gone.
we invented beer pong? At the
Yeah, I remember
Oh.
that. That was fun.
Yeah, gold coin. What does it taste like?
We also invented
So,
the selfie in the
first,
same campaign.
everybody give me Constitution saves. You're at disadvantage because you already
Man.
imbibed.
Is it
Come
technically a
on.
poison save?
This is a poison save, yes.
Yeah!
Oh, man.
There we go.
I got 13.
13? Okay. You're definitely feeling it. Warms
14.
the cockles. Same as well, but you're not inhibited
You
at
feeling
this
it,
point.
Mr. Krabs?
Yeah.
What did you manage?
Slushed.
Nice. Okay, so you're
7.
effectively poised. It's disadvantage on a lot of action.
Wonderful. Can't wait to go fight those kobolds!
I can just see you. Charge! Running out the door.
Yeah.
Leaves his weapons behind.
They killed my people! Revenge!
But as a side effect, a lot of you are noticing the room seems to have brightened.
And I can see clearly now.
Yes,
rain has gone.
the rain has gone.
You have to start wearing sunglasses.
You have advantage on perception checks
Wow. That's awesome.
For how
for
long?
the time being.
For
For the time being.
Until you die. Okay.
It's permanent effect.
It's just a shot. Who knows how long it will last?
Yeah. I give the guy a thumbs up and
And
let's say
flavor-wise, it's a strong apple. Has a definite strong alcoholic taste to it, and there's maybe a small hint of cinnamon.
Oh yeah. I tell the guy, oh, it's so tasty, tastes like feet.
Worth the
Ugh.
gold coin, isn't it? I know that's high praise coming from a goblin.
Oh god.
Yes.
We got a toe sucker in our group.
And I give him 3 silver pieces.
Hey, thank you. You wouldn't happen to be relatives to the Moon Eye clan, would you? They unfortunately... I mean, that's your call.
I mean, there's a reason why a goblin traveled to this island.
Maybe you got family here, or had family.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, it's
separated.
something
It's a long
cousin's
story. Yeah. It's my cousin's mother is.
Twice removed.
Yes. Sure. Yes.
Okay. I will say you have a
The only
relative
survivor.
named Nish, Nish, Moon Eye. A maybe cousin, twice removed on your father's side, brother's roommate sort of situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The closest relative.
Yeah.
Relative.
It was a real tragedy what happened to him. Next time you come by, drinks on me.
Sure.
Then he's like, sucker, he's one of the kobolds that's not coming back.
Never coming back.
It's a free promise.
Yep. Moon Eye.
Customer satisfaction increased.
Alright.
If we sell the adventure as real estate and then they die, it's free real estate.
Okay. And you said that on the shore, or this part of the village, is this this place is the only one, but it's not clearly the whole village. Like, there are a couple buildings here and there.
Yeah, there's some outliers,
Mhm.
and as you look around, you can definitely see from the mountainous hilltop there's a old manor built up into the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Classic, you'd look up at it and you would expect lightning to strike behind it, sort of thing.
But there's no lightning.
No lightning. There's just a couple
I'm
of
paying for
windows
nothing
on.
here.
Yeah. There's a couple of lights on and windows. You can see this kind of shimmery
Damn it,
effect.
why don't I have my call lightning spell?
Yeah, now's the time.
Use it.
Sir,
Okay.
Go this way. I can probably trade out if you need power.
I'm getting pretty low.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, I'm in the mood to kill some kobolds now.
Well, I would probably wait until you sleep that off. These are... We've come to calling them the Devil's Kobolds. They,
Devils.
We've lost a number of sheep to their
It
traps.
must be warlocks, because they can deal with the devil.
A couple of sheeps to their traps. Petra Sokolov, one of the town guards, nearly lost her foot to one of them as well. Gangrene almost got it.
Ooh.
These guys aren't messing around. That's part of the reason why we're pretty sure all the adventurers that head out there are dead.
Would I know as a goblin that kobolds usually don't like bite people? They're humanoids, so to say. So they
They're
fight
small
with
humanoids.
they fight with like daggers, swords, clubs, and stuff.
Give me a I think nature roll for kobolds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, natural 20. You know pretty much everything about kobolds. No, what he's talking about is kobolds are renowned trap makers, and it's not like they're this group at very least have hit the point where they are purposely almost infecting their traps. So when people are getting hit with it, they're getting infections and other things like
Super tetanus.
I'm
Yeah.
proficient with traps too. I know how barbed wires work. Check glasses. Yeah.
but with that, you'd know, yeah, that's like standard kobold procedure. You are more likely to hit a kobold trap than you are to be hit by a kobold.
Right. Those damn cursed beasts! We should go now.
There's just this big cheer from like the sailors digging into meat.
Raise the mug. The empty one.
For the rest of you in there who are not busy getting drunk,
Drink.
you've noticed that the captain himself has sat down next to
I think
the
alcohol
large
with
sheep,
alcohol supplies.
one of the large sheep on his table,
know it's good.
and seems to have
I
been
use
like
for this shit.
cutting pieces off,
You make
cooking
this?
it, and
I
eating
doubt
it.
it.
To the point that the
Most
other
of my
sailors are
stuff
now like seated around and
It's
not
better at
joining in the
taking
meal,
grease off of stuff.
but
than
cheering
actually
alongside as this man is single-handedly decimating an
Close.
entire sheep.
My kind of man.
He's
With dreadlocks?
He's a hefty
Yeah.
boy.
No, topless.
Topless, yes. Definitely. At all times.
Yeah.
Is it raining? He's topless.
That's the way to go.
It's a free bath.
All the time.
Clean up the dregs.
Okay, so it just seems like he's having a good time just
Oh, yeah.
devouring this thing.
She's getting in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know better than to get between a man and his sheep remains.
I think it's time.
I want to approach the tavern owner or the tavern keeper, I guess.
Yeah.
Fenrana.
Fenrir.
Yeah.
She looks up at you from behind the counter. She's clearly like elevated the back area there, so it's still medium-sized height, but the back area you can see like a raised platform that she stands on, so she's at the same level as you. She gives you a quick kind of like once over, up and down. Don't have anything to.
I'm terribly sorry. I'll take off.
Wet
my
your
top.
whistle. Thank you.
Oh no, I'm not interested in spirits per se. I'm looking for information. I'm Dr. Horatio Wickham at your service.
All right. Well,
I'm probably tagging along for this because it's about the same thing.
doesn't
I
come
wanted to
cheap.
do.
Oh, pardon me. This is traditionally in a social conversation where the opposing party would introduce themselves, if you'll be so kind.
Fenrir. She offers it.
Oh, yes, lovely. You'll excuse the cold. Yeah.
A little clammy.
Yes.
I will extend a hand up from the beneath the bar.
Oh, yeah, there you are.
You, I mean, there's like bar stools if you wanted to like crawl up on top of one of those.
Sure.
Yeah.
Climb.
Yeah.
And she'll shake your hand as well. It seems a little bit warmer towards you. But still, there's this like just dead eyes that kind of meet your meet your gaze.
Linney Turen, Lost Wax Company, at your service. If it's payment you're looking for, I can offer a song. I will pull out my my veal.
I'm sure they'd be interested, but a lot more interested in coin.
I can do that too.
If your friend wants to buy you drinks, I'm fine with that too.
Well, would you like anything? I certainly won't be ordering for myself, you see.
Probably more interested in the food.
Sure.
Not much of a drinker.
Still cooking up quite a bit of lamb, if you're interested.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, we'll get this young lady whatever she likes. And, might I say, I would like to purchase some vital information from you as well. So if you could show me the quote-unquote menu, if you will.
Sure.
Dialogue option opens.
Yeah.
What would you like to inquire about?
Now, your types tend to come and go quite a bit. So
I see. So the nobles tend to come and leave as they please.
I wasn't really sizing you up as a noble, but
Well, I do own a top hat.
Touche.
But the way you introduce yourself, you're an equal, not a better.
Of course, yes. Well, I take my social role very seriously, understand. I take it that it is my obligation to protect and care for the people regardless of their social status.
That's cute. Oh, you're serious?
Oh, yes, quite, yes. Yes, I am.
Well, I could definitely use a tidy sum if you're looking for some information. You want the whole kit and caboodle? How about 50 gold pieces?
Oh, that all. Of course, yes. And I will slide over 50 gold pieces.
I am a noble
Bag.
after all.
Happily takes that off the table, counts through it, piece at a time,
Are you sure this one's
biting
fake?
gold every now and again to check.
Is it? I missed the word. What did she offer? Are you buying a
Information.
hooker?
Information.
I'm buying information.
Oh, I wasn't sure about the kicker
Yes.
caboodle.
I don't think the
or-
hooker's going to do me any good.
No.
That's why I was confused.
I mean, you have a lot of bones.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Oh, you missed the obvious pun. Skeleton needs a good boning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I went
Next
with the
week.
other bone.
No.
But I missed the word
You missed the pun.
caboodle or condoodle.
Yeah, kit and caboodle.
That's,
Kit and caboodle,
what
not-
is that?
It's
like everything.
It's a weird term for everything.
Okay.
I think at
Everything
that point you
available.
would be stuck on purely the giving end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Still learning.
So, I would like to know, if you will, please, the information that sort of gets swept aside, that the citizenry here on Ludlock tends not to talk about, or finds themselves actively avoiding, I understand. Especially in regards to these kobold types, and as I've heard, these fellow members of the nobility. I understand there are two of them on the island. What exactly do they do? I would like you, in the parlance of the time, to spill it.
Of course. Everybody seems pretty busy, so nobody's here to overhear.
I don't mind Linney, one of my associates. I met her on the boat.
Well, nobility-wise, you're dealing with a blue dragoness sorcerer.
I see, yes, Sofrasa.
Yes,
Yes.
last name Volks. Volkes. She's somewhere in her late 20s, early 30s, from my understanding.
Rather young for a dragonette.
Indeed, in fact, she was the former owner of the silver mine. She made her
I
money
see.
quick and didn't leave. There are some who say she can't leave because of a idol that she dug up.
An idol, you say?
She displays it prominently in her home. She has had a former blacksmith who is now deceased. If you really want the name, I can point you to the right grave, but I honestly have forgotten. The dead tend not to, excuse me, but hold much sway here. You are undead. Different.
Understandable, yes. I also have money, so there's a bit of a difference there.
Are we looking at some kind of a
Agreed.
cursed item?
Yeah, that'd be a good way to look at it. I'm pretty sure it's the reason why she can't leave, as I mentioned. So I'm sure she would be happy to find a way to get rid of that curse.
Can't leave the island?
The island, yes. There was one time I saw her. She commissioned one of her friends. She likes to have dinner parties, you see, once a month. One of her friends came out on his own yacht, and she figured she would just sail off. Turned up the next day in her house, despite having sailed off that morning.
I see, very peculiar.
She's forcibly respawned.
Not quite deaf.
Inadvertently transported back to the island.
It seems to be.
It's the mist.
Now, I have not been invited to her dinner parties, but I'm sure any lot of you could make that quite easily. She's always interested in new stories, and anybody off the island, that's pretty much a guarantee at this point.
No, yes, of course.
I'm sure she'll be making her way down sometime tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
It's time for second dinner.
I'm up for a game.
Second dinner.
No, she usually has the Captain Bishop Bones, as he
Just
likes to be called,
second breakfast.
in for these stories. He always seems to have something interesting to say. That being said, the captain also spends a good amount of time with the other noble of the island, Mikhail Ortana, O-R-T-A-N-A.
Mikhail.
Now, Lord Ortana is, he's the one who lives up on the hill.
Yes, in the rather gothic-looking manor.
Lives away from everybody else. Rumor goes he's made some deal with a devil of some sort. Well, the rumors are wrong. It's not a devil.
It's a demon.
Also wrong. Something beyond.
I see.
Now, his manor happens to be situated on top of, from what I've been able to map out, one of the newer silver veins. One of the last ones, in fact. Some people think that's why they shut the mine down. That Mikhail had some doing with it, but I'm pretty sure they just ran out of easily mined silver. Now, unlike his counterpart, he's not really one for guests, but he seems to have a working relationship with the sea captain. Something always goes their way.
In terms of, you mean to say, payment of some sort?
Crates, chests, most of the time it's fairly large.
I see. About how large would you say?
Well, enough to stack a couple of coffins inside.
That's what I was worried about. Yes. Let's see. Oh, yes, hello.
Just by any chance, what color are those kobolds? Those beasts? Maybe any one of the locals see.
There's a goblin below me if you can't see it.
Right. I thought this was a conversation between the two.
Don't worry, he's with us.
I was asking just at the table to maybe
Oh.
like the bartender could tell me, because I was just
There's the one.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. I wanted to know the color skin of the kobolds. Are those abominations of?
You gonna buy something?
Yes, of course.
All right. 5 silver at least.
As you must understand, the people in this tavern and to some extent on the island are sort of in a quid pro
They're
quo.
just juicing us. A chewing gum, please. Whatever is the cheapest.
Yeah, they give you some like beeswax or something.
Nice.
Equivalent. Yeah, you can chew it.
For that.
Yeah.
It's not great, but you can.
There's probably some
I'll just treat it.
gum.
Beeswax. Nice.
Last I saw, they were red.
Red.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
I'll spit at that.
Are we still talking to,
Yeah,
to Finrana?
Finrana, yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, little goblin, I was having a conversation with these two.
Oh, I had some business at the bar. Bye.
You leave the bar, circle around, and get back to the same bar,
Go back.
just staring at the sand.
Yep.
You must
No
forgive
object permanency.
You must forgive my associate. As you probably, no doubt, deduce, He obviously hasn't been to any sort of finishing school or anything of that sort.
And I worry about his loose lips.
Oh, yes, so I hear. They sink ships, don't they? Yes. Luckily we're on land.
There's usually only one ship coming and going, and it would be a shame to have you stranded here.
No, certainly. I won't be picking up any cursed idols now, will I? You see, it's a noble as a cursed idol. Yeah, so anything else you want to share with us?
Well, for that amount,
Mah'jong, I think you're
there's a
drunk.
couple of other
No way.
curiosities you might be interested in.
Really? I don't think so. I don't feel drunk.
Johann
I
Miller.
think it's you.
Johann Miller.
Nah.
I think you're drunk.
No, you're drunk. Watch
You'll
me.
notice him by the dark skin tone Gesundheit.
Everybody in the bar says
Yes,
It's an extraordinarily polite bar.
Curiously, German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the last
I mean,
name like
they-
Miller, right?
I mean, the Goblin
yeah.
is stealing China.
No,
Yeah.
So,
didn't say China.
I
did say
I said fine.
oh, fuck.
They have it here?
What was stolen has not been
Established.
specifically established. You'll
So you
notice
should have
him by the fact that he's one of the island's few dark-skinned individuals with dreadlocks. He's also the one who runs the mill, the windmill, you see, hence the last name. People think he's some sort of like lycanthrope or something. Now, money's out on that.
That's
Because-
a lot of info for 50 gold.
I've seen the man change into a wolf.
You've personally seen.
You sure he's not a druid?
Now, see, that's what I don't know. Because I've heard tale, and I've come from bigger cities.
Now, you'll forgive me for asking, but you are the owner of a tavern, so perhaps you were not in your faculties were somewhat muddied while you were seeing this supposed change, yes?
As much as I love this little island, I know you don't drink from your own supply. Bad for business.
I see.
Would there only be one supply?
And probably the mill.
Yeah?
Well, it's her and then Oliver who provides the apples. He does his hard cider. He's a bit of a curiosity. I haven't been able to figure out which end is up on that boy. Something not quite right with him up in the head, if you follow my drift.
Sort of, for lack of a better word, slow or...
No, spends a lot of time in the graveyard.
He runs
Granted,
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
He runs a mill. He has to be fairly competent. It just sounds like he's a little...
Eccentric would be the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're the captain who brought you in. He's a regular as well. Deals with a number of people here. May be surprised to know that whole crew of his, some sort of cult. Haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet.
Yes, in
but-
fact, I noticed that. I saw that many of the sailors were wearing the same sort of necklace, a sort of sea and shark thematic sort of thing.
Can
Yeah.
respect your skill.
Yes, and all that without eyes.
So
Yeah,
what do I
how the hell
say?
does that work?
It's not a sharp eye. It's
Oh, you can say whatever you like. I am sort of the
Are
mold
the-
is broken in that regard.
Are the sailors... so you said the captain is eating a whole lamb, but the
Mhm.
other ones are not drinking and
they're
eating.
like they're drinking and eating, but
Oh,
they're
okay.
not touching the lamb that he's getting
Okay, okay.
working on. In fact, now that you've brought him back up again, he's done with the cooked part of it, and he's getting into raw lamb.
Oh my... I love this man. This is...
See,
hey.
he just did what you did in
The
reverse.
reverse.
Yeah.
That's what I see the bonding here.
He's like, the goblin did that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can do
yeah.
that too.
That's
This isn't the first time he's done this. Every time first time he showed up, we prepared the sheep for the sailors. They ate, and he asked for another one before even setting teeth into that one.
I see. So he's a man of large appetite. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
He knows that's not seafood, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Some people are very adventurous with their palate. They like to experiment with raw meats.
Considering the cook on the ship, I
That's
True.
sad.
Yeah.
Just doesn't eat, sails for 5 days, and then just gorges.
Yes.
Now, if you're looking for answers, you probably want to go to either Mikhail. He has a extensive library, or the witch Lynn. She lives out in the woods.
yeah. Out in the woods.
She's also
no kobolds.
one of the few individuals in town capable of arcane magics.
Oh, yes, I see. Now, when you say, you'll forgive me, I'm not often in circumstances where that could be called rustic or very, very folklore-oriented.
I understand. I've come from a big city myself.
Yes, you know. When they say witch, do they mean... Is it literal, or is it more of an epithet?
A little of both.
I see.
Instead of a cat, she's got a panther.
That seems like an upgrade to me.
Yeah.
It's an old witch.
But
It's not a puma, though.
does deal with a lot of herbal remedies, strange mystical cures of sorts.
Still looking for that
If,
one.
if you're curious, and again, one of the reasons why I'm not 100% sure on the Miller boy, I stopped by there once, and she asked, for whatever reason, thought I would be interested in an animal pelt belt. Did a little bit of research into it. From what I understand, this is the kind of belt one would wear if they wished to transform into an animal. I wonder if the Miller boy has one.
I want to use my artificer's lore to see if I can gain any additional insight into this kind of belt.
I love this.
Is that a roll,
movie
or is
there.
that just
It's a
something
roll.
you have?
I want to make a history check related to magic items, alchemical objects, or technological devices. I can add 2 times my proficiency bonus.
Nice. Yeah, give me that history check with expertise.
Ooh.
Nice.
So that will be a 21.
Tune on? Alright. Yeah, you've heard of these before. They tend to be very much so like a school of transformation. When they're made, whatever animal pelt they are made from is the animal the wearer will transform into. They're often sold by witches and old hermits of the type as ways for villagers to be able to like feed themselves in bad times. Crops fail and you are having bad luck hunting, well, why not take the shape of a better hunter?
Similar to the Advance of the Serpent.
Mm-hmm.
The tiny font is there that you cannot take it off usually.
Well, speaking of tiny font, the catch for this one is if somebody calls your name while you're wearing it, you transform back into human as part of the magics.
Okay.
So, based on real world folklore.
Do you keep that information to yourself?
Yeah, I was about to say that we don't know anything about this.
You're drinking and having a merry time.
So,
I guess I would find a way to like elaborate on that further.
Okay, so
So I'm aware of that.
To share, to share the information.
I'm gonna
in the
blow your
conversation.
mind.
she gives you like a nod, and there's a very like clear sign that she respects you a little bit more from that.
She remembers.
She will remember this.
So I'm like half drunk. Well, like
No, you're all the way drunk.
Half like 3/4 drunk.
No, you're fully drunk.
Yeah, I'm
But like 3/4 way to blackout.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm stumbling towards the pirates. Sorry, the seamen.
Game.
And
Not a better.
yeah. And
I mean, I'm sure you'll find somebody who's interested.
I mean,
Don't
these,
get me wrong.
shirtless men on their seamen.
Yeah. They're glistening from all the hard work they've been doing.
Are we sure this isn't a gay bar?
Let's play some jizz music.
Great.
But I'm gonna open up my third eye.
Okay.
In public?
Yes,
Okay.
Eldritch Sight.
Okay.
I will cast Detect Magic at will.
All
I
right.
know everything about magical items, magic. What is in here?
So, eyes glow.
Yeah.
The first thing you notice, yeah. You know when you get into a movie theater.
You forgot you had this. Go.
You know when you get into a movie theater and they do like the sound test thing, where it's like the THX, where it's like, that's kind of what you feel here. As all of the necklaces the sailors are wearing, based on the like number of sharp teeth on there, they're glowing brighter the more teeth are on there. You're noticing that there's clearly some sort of magic behind the bar, and the bar itself has a like light magic to it. Again, not 100% sure at this moment what's what, but
Do I know what school of magic on those necklaces?
necklaces.
Yeah, it's the worst. When I DM, it's the worst.
Yeah, when you give it a moment to like focus on it,
And I'm focusing on the captain or whatever.
It's probably the
Dreadlock
brightest.
surfer.
I think it would be transmutation.
Nice.
Either that or conjuration, or maybe a mix of the two. As magic is, the magic schools are kind of vague as is.
And I see magic items on you guys.
Yeah, you see like a dagger like on the
Dagger.
chest.
Yeah. And School of Magic on the bar.
Got two
On the bar?
blisters.
Let me check what it is real quick.
I'm
I
sure
think
it's just
it's
to keep
enchantment.
it clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
enchantment.
duration. Or no, wait, evocation.
No, it's illusion.
It's illusion.
It looks clean.
I love the bar itself.
yeah. Oh, nice bar. Just,
Instead of like the prestidigitation.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's clearly,
Yeah.
you would guess it's prestidigitation.
Okay.
Either permanently cast or somebody's continually casting.
Right. Okay. I'll turn off that data because I'm starting to get a headache. Yeah.
It's bright and shiny like
Yeah.
neon.
Not after 2 drinks.
Everything kind of does that blur effect, but it's
Yeah.
with neon, so it's even worse.
Wow.
Since you're both new in town, you probably want to keep your eyes out for the captain of the guard, Kieran Shield Maiden. She's
It's gonna rip you off.
Can you spell that?
Kiran.
Who is that being said to?
You two.
Oh, it took us. Kieran.
And then Shield Maiden, as you would expect, one word, no space. She's easily identified again as
No space.
dark-skinned, cornrows, and clearly could bench press anyone in this bar. She's also really tall, like 6'1".
Damn.
She keeps an eye on what little goes on around here, but she's definitely got her hands more than full with these kobolds. And since you're the adventuring type, I'm sure at some point in time you're going to want to head out that way. So talk to her before you do. She keeps maps of their activity and where you're most likely to trip into traps.
Resourceful woman.
Yeah.
She has to be. Previous one died.
Wait, what?
Guard captain. Yeah. It's a bit of a rough job. She can only manage to get 2 people on the island to even effectively sign up as guards.
Wow.
And even they do fishing most of the time, try to make ends meet and stay fed, like most of the people here.
Well, I'm sure we can lend a hand, help her out a bit.
Sure she'd like that.
Where does she usually find herself during the day?
She usually mans the lighthouse or is running patrols around town. I'm sure you saw the big bonfire on the way in,
yes,
the
yes,
stone
yes.
structure. Now, I would appreciate if you told her nothing about what I have told to you.
Oh, of course. I bought, in the exchange, I bought information and you bought my silence.
Thank you.
Can you imagine how
Same.
long can she live here for 50 gold? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. That's good money. Now, if you're looking for every name of every person who lives here and what they do. I got a list.
I don't believe I need
I can print it out for you if you
I don't believe I need to register at the moment, but thank you. I appreciate your real forthcoming.
Only other thing I'd keep an eye out for, well, person, I suppose, Madeline Cross. She's a local wannabe monster hunter. Still training, still fairly young, still hot-headed, but she's not stupid. She hasn't gone after the kobolds. Now, mind you, she is clearly bored out of her mind here. The moment she sees the lot of you, well, you might take some time before you actually lose her.
Sort of a hanger-on, you see.
Yeah.
I see. Perhaps it'd be in my best interest to avoid her. We would merely complicate things if she decided to tag along. I understand there is strength in numbers, but there is also confusion in numbers, you see.
Now, I'll admit to you, because I like getting paid, that there's more information you could potentially purchase. Secrets that would potentially endanger some of the folks living on this island. But things I don't mind parting with for the right price. Now, mind you, you've paid a fair amount already, so I'm willing to extend this offer till the end of your stay.
I see. Well, I think we'll take you up on that offer perhaps on another eve.
Did I hear gambling?
Oh, there's like it. You know, as soon as the captain's done with that lamb, the dice are coming out.
Power dice. We'll play.
Roll them bones.
Lenny still needs to actually get
Yeah,
some
oh yeah, no. It's,
food.
I'm sitting on
You
the
can buy a
bucket,
meal here
like
for
upside down bucket,
standard
just
price.
sitting there at their table,
Can
like
she pay for it? with-
gambling. Yeah.
And
How
then
much
you
you got?
realize, wait, flip it over.
The bartender,
And then flip it back.
Fenrana, will refuse music as a payment. However, you could try to collect money that way from the crowd, and then pay. So you could roll first and see if you can generate enough money, or you could get some food and then play and try to make it back.
Next.
Brrr.
Is that you the entertainer background? Is that what you're getting at?
No, I have the guild artisan, but I'm a bard, so.
Okay.
Performance check required.
Okay. I guess she will. I mean, she has money, but I mean, if she can make some performing,
On the side, yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Pays
I don't
meals.
mind if you play here, but this is the only place to drink in town, so whether there's music or not doesn't really change turnout. No offense.
Understand.
Gonna need a permit for that.
Yeah.
Now would be the best time to try out your experimental material, seeing as
It's
how
not really. Yeah, it's
no else to
not.
get.
It's not really the
If everybody
style of
leaves,
this
then you know it
place.
doesn't work.
Hello, my name is Linney. This is, I like to call this Vaporwave.
Yes!
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Anyway, it's wonderful.
Everybody leaves.
Yeah.
Just
Play
get one guy.
Freebird. Every time.
Yeah.
Freebird on a harp.
Somehow loses something in the translation.
Okay.
So, give it a roll.
18.
18?
For
Okay, yeah.
performance, yeah.
You'd be able to get enough money to pay for a meal.
Okay.
Gets taken care of pretty easy.
Sure. Something small.
Mm-hmm. I mean, lambs being passed around. You definitely get a bit of that. It's no problem. All right.
So how much money do I win?
You got to roll some dice.
Ah man. Okay, so what are the gambling games with these seamen?
So still not a great word.
Sorry,
So,
fishermen,
No.
sailmen. I don't know.
Sailors.
What? Sailors.
Yeah, sailors.
Yes.
Sailors, there
Yeah.
you go.
Sailors.
so there's two games going on right
Mhm.
now: a game of skill and a game of chance. Which interests you?
Please. Skill? No. A game of chance, obviously. There's
Okay.
no skills here.
They're doing classic dice rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively, like who can roll higher.
Okay. What are the dice? If they use
Is it-
D6s?
2d6. Yep.
Sure.
Is it
And-
just 2-player?
No, it's get a group together, make a pot. Now here's the catch.
Uh-huh.
You roll a 7, you lose no matter what.
Okay. Heard about that one. And the chances there that you will roll a 7 a lot.
I don't know. I roll above 10 pretty frequently.
That's true.
Okay.
With your luck, you probably get
So,
So
a 7
what's
on one of the die?
a 7
Yeah.
total.
7 total.
Yeah,
Okay.
with d6s.
All right.
Okay.
So who would like in on any of the gambling? As we will do a kind of lightning round of it where you will bet high amounts.
I want to do the game of skill.
Cool. We'll get to you in a moment.
Jeez.
I'm gonna love it.
Okay, so but how much? Like, are we starting at a 1 gold, or what's on the table?
You're dealing with sailors who've been out at sea for a while, who make a decent amount of money, but still like to spend it all in one quick go. So this will be like rounds, effectively, where it'll been like 1 gold at a time, but we'll be rolling 5 gold at a time
Okay, sure.
for the first round, and then it'll
Okay.
step up from there until you want to back out.
Okay.
So it's 5 gold.
5.
Now you've got 2d6. You get to
Sure.
play an NPC,
Okay, sure.
and you've got 2d6 on you.
Yes.
You
What?
also get to play an NPC.
I feel like my chances are fading.
Rolling.
Oh man.
6.
Remember, 5 coin buy-in. Ooh, not bad.
So
9.
We're tied there.
Okay.
I
So
lose.
10. Nice. Okay, first couple of rounds go. You end up losing a good number of them. Sailors are like happily sitting back, smiling. Chickens like, don't worry, we'll give you a chance to win your money back. Buy-in for next round is 10 gold, effectively.
Sure, why not?
Hop in. All right, next round.
Feeling lucky today.
This
Ten.
guy.
Dang it!
This
7.
guy. Oh,
7.
that guy lost. You dropped.
10.
Nice. 8.
8.
Ooh, okay. Another NPC cleans you out of some money. It starts to get a little bit thinner at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So
Leaving.
yeah, so if you will step out
Okay.
from the next roll. They're like, all right. Well, now we see we've got the real players at the table. 20 gold buy-in.
Oh, sure. I'm like clenching my teeth. Yeah. This time.
you still roll?
Third time's the charm. God damn it!
NPC, yeah.
What?
Double ones.
Another 7.
I feel lucky today.
NPC drops out.
5.
5. Okay.
8.
8.
I got a 7 in the last one. Would I have dropped out anyway?
You just lose that round.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they got a 5. So
Yes.
congratulations, you net yourself 80 coins off that one.
Woo! Damn. I'm positive.
100 coins.
Yeah,
Sorry.
100 coins. 20,
100
40,
coins?
60,
Yeah.
80, yeah.
Oh, I'm a lot more positive.
Oh,
I'm like giving you my coins. and
It's
like,
no.
I buy drinks for everyone.
It's good. It's good that he got the
Yeah,
money,
yeah,
because
not the
later you can
NPCs.
steal it back from him as he sleeps.
I'm just waiting for him to go to sleep. Did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Ah.
All
Next round.
At this point, you see like the captain's starting to finish his meal. It looks like after this next round, he's been like eyeing you on the side. He clearly wants in. So this seems to be the last round before the captain joins.
Okay.
50 gold buy-in.
Oh, sure.
But your payout is what? 5
Yeah,
times 5?
yeah.
I'm like too
250
busy
As
getting
long as
drinks
you're
for
still-
everyone before this round hits.
Okay, so your buy-in or your winnings will be 200 if you
Right.
manage.
Wow,
Ready for
man.
another?
Tough.
I thought I dropped.
No, you keep.
No.
Yeah. 6, 7.
I got 6.
4.
It's all up to
9.
9.
damn it.
Oh.
God damn it! No, give me the captain's teeth. I was waiting for him to show up at the table.
You
This
mean the
is-
teeth around the necklace or the
Yes,
actual
yes. No, I want the teeth around his necklace.
So, Captain saunters on over,
Yeah.
and all the other people at the table, you notice they're like, "All right, I'm not in this round. We don't roll against the captain." So the two of you are there with the captain. And the captain looks at the lot of you and goes, "Well, I prefer one-on-one roll-offs, but I'll make an exception if you're willing to let me bend the rules a little bit."
Hmm.
The two of you will roll as normal, and I'll roll 3 dice pick the higher two. Now,
Jackass.
it's only an $100 or $100 gold buy-in. $100 buy-in. $100 gold buy-in, and he removes from his belt a scabbard sword that you'd seen him with. But when he draws the blade, you don't see a blade there.
Mm-hmm.
You just see the hilt.
The hilt.
To which he then plants in the table.
Ooh.
And you see the scabbard, or the hilt, sitting like a good 3 feet off the... Or not 3 feet, a good foot off the table.
There's a blade.
Mm.
If you're interested.
I was born for this. Yeah, 100. Yeah, just count me in.
Our,
Woo!
6.
Yep, a round of drinks over here in this table. Okay. Oh
Well,
boy.
already-
Oh boy.
already got my buy-in.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh
You earn
boy.
that buy-in, you're going to spend it.
I feel lucky today.
Do you?
God damn it. Why?
A 10.
Please.
10.
Oh, thank God.
You have to
All right.
roll off for it.
Yeah. He eyes you and is like, all right, we'll take your money. And that then goes into the center.
Yep,
and it's
yep,
then
yep.
the 2 of you.
Do better.
Your infamous luck.
Oh, you get
8?
3.
Yeah, he gets the higher of
I,
the
I,
two.
I was seeing 3 pairs. 9.
Ooh.
9.
Beat him by 1.
I take your
I
gold.
loosened him. Hey.
So that's 300 gold if he.
No,
He
it's
just
the
did
blade.
the sword.
Okay, so it's
Blade-
200. So it's you get 100 gold
Yeah.
and the Inviso blade.
Blade. Yep. It is effectively a
damn it.
scimitar.
I'll give you 50 coins back.
Ouch.
Okay, let's see how much I lost.
It is a scimitar which you could probably brandish in public and no one would be any the wiser.
So I'll get
Math. Are you giving me 50 back? No, seriously, or
I'll give you 100. I'll just, whatever.
it's a Chinese
It's easier.
smile.
Friends in high places.
Sure. So
Now,
I
now you don't
lost
have to steal off me.
85. Oh, that's your.
I'm buying you off.
Right. That's nice.
Captain gives like just a deep, long laugh at that and goes, well, you do have to sail back with me, but there'll be other chances. I'm sure I'll win it back sometime.
At least then I'll probably see the blade in the dark.
I'm gonna.
No, you won't.
You have 2 of them?
I'm gonna ask him, Mr. Sir. I lost pretty much all my money, but I have some left. How much would you say that necklace, the magical necklace, worth?
These old things?
Yeah, maybe like.
I wouldn't call them magical.
Well, it
copper.
looks amazing. So maybe like 110.
It gives you that like squint-eyed look.
Yeah. So maybe like 110, maybe, and for another try. Just me and you, 1-on-1.
This is rather sentimental to be let go for. You said copper pieces?
Gold. No, the real.
Gold?
Yeah. 110, huh? Wink at him.
Don't try to cheat the guy out of his necklace.
As long as I get the... And he shows 3 dice again.
Oh yeah,
Then I'm
sure.
game.
Whatever. Let's go.
Alright. Put your money up. And he,
Yep.
like, very carefully undoes the back of the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And then does it back up before putting it on the table.
Okay.
Kind of wrapped in a nice...
See, I thought he had
What's that?
even better advantage. I thought he was rolling 3 pairs of dice.
Oh no.
I was like,
He's-
what?
He was playing fair-ish.
Okay.
He was looking at his like,
I'm gonna change the
outnumbered
dice
here.
for this
I'm gonna
one.
He's
up
got
the ante.
advantage.
Yeah.
Thanks for trying to kill me this time.
Okay.
Ready?
3, 2...
Oh! Oh,
You
just
got him by 1.
I'm like.
So yeah, you make the move for it.
Yeah.
And he does the classic like dagger next to it. He
Yep.
goes, give me a chance to win it back.
Yeah. I'm like as I'm just
Unusual.
like as I'm like just taking it to me. I'm like, we're going back anyway. You'll have a chance to take it back and just
He's like,
pocket
no.
it.
No.
No.
Oh, hey, there's a fight about to start. So if you have
What?
if you have
Like, you do that quick moment where you're like, hey, I want to have a word with... And there's like 4 sailors around you who are like, you don't need to go anywhere, little goblin.
God damn it.
You're fine right here.
Oh.
Just one chance. And he'll put the even match of 110 gold pieces down in platinum.
Well, it's more sentimental to
platinum?
me.
No, the equivalent in platinum.
Okay.
Just 11
So,
platinum.
11
I
platinum.
would say it's more sentimental to me now. So
Is sentimental as an arm or a leg?
This guy's gonna cut you. He's gonna cut you real good.
Listen, we have to ride back with this man.
Yeah.
Look with your head.
We can wait for the next ride.
Just
I'm
one chance. You've
I'm
kept
gonna
your money.
I'm gonna gesture you, and I'm gonna say, "Do you want to play with us?" This is. Just
Oh,
oh, God damn it.
You win it back and you're like, here you go. You have
I'm
fun
good.
with it, accidentally cut yourself.
It's dangerous, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to play with Mah'jong? Sure.
What?
It's his name.
Oh,
Yep, there it is.
keep forgetting.
So
Alright,
okay.
So, 110 gold.
No, I heard 220.
Oh, no, you got yours back.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't spend it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So he's
from him, I heard 220.
No, he's putting the amount that you put down for the necklace. So he's making the even offer back for the gamble.
It doesn't seem like they understand the currency.
Oh no, they understand the currency. This is here's the money you get if you happen to win, instead of getting shanked if you don't play.
I'd probably do it.
Would it be kosher if I just put money on table?
No, because he very specifically said, "Give me a chance to win it." back."
Okay, so I put it on the table,
Okay.
and I say and just me and him,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna lean towards him and I say, I know it's magic, like I know. wink at him, and I'm like, I'm just curious what it does.
You can have it back if you want.
It makes you look like an asshole. He doesn't need magic for
For
that.
that, no.
Yeah, there's.
Well, if you want to know the secret, all you gotta do is give it back.
Give the man his necklace, for God's sake.
It's his grandma's.
How dare you?
And you said it's
His mother killed you,
transmutation or
A transmutation or conjuration would be kind of the feel you're getting out of
Just conjure a shark.
no? Yeah, neither of those are good. Jesus shit.
Just like out of your chest.
It's got sentimental value and it doesn't
God
even fit you.
damn it. Okay. Let's go. Let's fate decide this.
that.
8.
Okay. 8. The roll off continues.
I'm giving him a wink. Like, hey.
He's not winking back.
So
He is
what you should have
staring.
said is even. You should have given him just the 2, but
Reroll your 6.
What? That's
Reroll
not
your
how it
6.
works.
I think that's a 2.
No,
I think that's a 2.
Your dice.
I already rolled it.
It's a misfortune. You're getting fortune out of it.
It's an 8.
Yeah,
an
another
8.
8.
Wow.
Another tie. So now, the room has gone pretty much silent aside from the villagers. Like, all the sailors are dead quiet at this point.
I'm
Staring
probably
at this
still playing music.
Like,
in
no.
the background.
It's like, it's quiet, and I'm like, I will be your new captain.
Oh my. No, you won't. I will not get on that ship if that happens.
Next on CBS, Goblin Captain.
Crashes into lighthouse.
Can I flip one of those white ones and re-roll the lowest one?
If you want to, but for the next roll.
Yeah,
I
for
will
the next
contact my
one.
guild and I
I'll-
will have
I'll do
them
that.
send a ship out here to come pick me up.
Oh,
I would have just.
I don't need to
Nice.
re-roll.
Yep. Okay, yeah. You
I'm like grabbing the gold off the table.
Yeah.
And pocket that.
You win it off him, but you also won the ire of the entire sailing crew.
Nice.
As all of them have basically been like, alright, evening's over. And the sailors just clear out.
I'd probably, not go to sleep tonight.
You don't need sleep. Sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is for the fishes, which is where you'll be ending.
I'm like walking towards you. I'm like just running towards you,
They
skipping.
But
But you sleep with
do,
them.
they do
Yeah.
weird things when they sleep. Like,
And I'm like diggling
I
it.
specifically remember
Look what
because
I got.
sharks sleep, but they keep.
That's not even gonna fit you.
It's weird.
And now everybody from the ship hates you.
They don't love me. Look at them.
They're gone. Like, it was literally as soon as you won, you were like, yeah! And everybody else just, like, stone-faced, like, get your stuff, let's go.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like,
It's like the whole bar. Just everyone
Well,
just
there's-
scoots.
Just the sailors.
there's the 20 villagers-ish in there, but yeah, the 8 sailors, just gone. The bar almost, like, half clears out after that.
And you're killing the mood.
No. I'm gonna just like.
Yeah, this explains why you don't earn any pocket change. The sailors are just like, nope, done with the night.
I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah. As I'm putting this necklace on me, I'm just saying,
You're straight.
boy, I was so lucky tonight.
It probably goes down to your crotch.
Yes, probably.
I mean, yeah, goblins.
I will.
You
I
can
will
tie it
wrap
shorter.
it. Yeah, I will wrap
Yeah.
it 2 times.
Or like a choker.
Yeah.
Nah, not that tight. Just a little. Yeah.
Okay, game of skill.
Oh yeah.
You-
Sorry.
So, while this was going on,
All right. In preparation for this, I spent 10 minutes casting Detect Magic.
okay, so you prepped that, ritual's going, you're good to go. Is there anything
Circle.
specific you're looking at? Because you'll pick up on the same details that he has.
No, I'm just keeping it up.
Okay, so you remain like focused on that. I think it's got like a verbal and somatic component.
Probably.
Okay, so like every now and again you're like muttering something, and then there's like you have to keep your hand in like a specific location or something like that, just to kind of keep it going. But it doesn't really dissuade you from doing most of the work you need to do. But you come over to a table of 2 sailors at the time, and one of the locals, who introduces himself as Leonid Costa, one of the town guard. You can tell by an emblem and an actual short sword on his belt. The guard currently has out a dagger, Leonid does, and is doing the 5-finger fillet with with the 2 other sailors, and they've got some money on the table.
AB, XAB, AB.
Yep. To see like who's the first to nick themselves, or as it goes, and they're starting to challenge each other with like small little flourishes to it and those kind of things. Where one person right now, Leonid, will set the pace, and then the next person will have to do the same thing. So one is like, between, and then do a flip between kind of things.
Okay.
And Leonid looks up as you approach the table and is like, "You interested in just watching?" And he does the next set not looking as he asks you that.
Oh,
Yep.
I am just a child of vice. So I'm going to join in.
All right. So, in this case, you will be doing a little bit of betting. They're going to do roughly kind of the same thing. 5 gold for the first couple of games. And the catch with this one, failure is going to cost you a little bit of health.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was like, what?
And if you roll a critical failure, bad things happen. But you've got fortune. Well, you've got 1 fortune. So there's a little bit of hope there.
Don't make me use my spell slots on this.
It's bleeding out! No!
We're gonna have a long rest after this, right? Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Not you.
So right now it is you, Leonid, who I will be playing, and 2 sailors. 2 of you want to play the sailors?
There's also
Oh
some
no,
kobolds.
I think no, I'm good.
No, they're busy playing the other game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so then 2 of you can play the sailors.
Okay, what am I doing?
Rolling a d20?
I can roll.
It's too late. You gave it up.
I thought you were asking for playing.
For
16.
us.
First
20.
round.
Oh,
12.
12. All right. So you sit down, and you're a bit rusty. You're the first one to kind of like nick a finger.
So you have tetanus because you're a bit rest.
So lose a single hit
You
point.
crit failure
is
super tetanus.
Yeah, is after effectively 5 rounds, you nick yourself a little bit, or just the amount of nicking that builds up eventually. They're in for like, all right, ready for round 2?
Yeah.
For second
Okay.
finger.
10 gold buy-in for this round, and it'll be same players.
Natural 1.
Oh.
6.
So one of the sailors, as he's going, is trying to keep an eye on this other
13.
game, trying to show off a little bit. 13?
Probably just as I'm winning
Okay.
the sword.
I got a 17. So, again, another hit point. But, and hits dead center of the hand.
Oh, at least it wasn't a finger.
Yeah. That's the way you want to think about it.
Fucking hurts.
Yep. Okay, adding to
See,
Lucille Rex, stabbed hand.
Yeah, at least you didn't lose a finger. That's
She, actually.
she.
She's like, all right, I'm
that's
bowing out for the night. Leaving Leonid
This wrapped.
and the other sailor, Gilda, who we're currently playing, in for the next round. How about 15 gold this time around?
Sounds good.
17.
16.
16.
So it's close. Close enough that even at the end, like, you barely miss it and just kind of nick. No health loss for that, though.
Nice.
Okay. They're like, well, let's up the ante a little bit. I've spent a little time making trades with some of you folk. How about I put this on the table? Puts a healing potion on the table of some sort.
Yeah.
Just a potion.
Rest of you, I'm feeling rather lucky. 25 gold buy-in.
Okay.
Another 6.
Okay. 13.
19.
Nice.
All right. Leonid nicks himself. You net yourself 25 extra gold and a... What's the second level of healing potion? Greater, I think?
Yeah.
Greater healing
So
potion.
44 plus 4.
Yep.
Is it 44 plus 4?
Mhm.
Or 2d8 plus 4?
How
No,
much did the
44.
lamb cost me? Subtract that.
even
Same
better.
as like a standard meal, so I think it's like 2
better.
silver.
Statistically,
Not all
yeah.
that.
It's better than 2d8 plus 4.
Yeah, it's not bad. At this point, it's down to just you and Leonid. It's like, well, not sure what you're interested in. Don't have much more in the way of gold, but got 25 left over. If that's what you want to go for, you can win a little back that I made off those sailors tonight. Easy come, easy go around here. Not like I'm buying a house or anything.
Sounds good.
Okay. 17.
16.
Oh, close. No health loss. Again, just like a barely missed, and he counts it. Not enough to do any actual like lasting damage. Well, I'm I like the money in front of me. I won't lie, but I'll be fair to you. Do you want a chance to win some of it back, or are you good? I know you've got decent amount of coin in that pocket. 25 or 50 gold. Name the amount, and I will match you.
Let's go for another 25 round.
All right.
2.
19.
Nice,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So after that one, like, he's feeling a little too sure of himself. Slips and hits. Well, some of your losses back. But unfortunately, I think I might want to call it a night. And it's not looking great.
Yep. Thanks for the game.
Couple fingers gone.
It's
Grow
just-
him over, grow him.
It's one of those where it's like you've got the clear like nicks in the side, and it's just it's the most uncomfortable position for it. But
Like paper cuts, like right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
all right, night continues on. The
Yeah,
sailors
that's
have
me.
filtered out. Majority of the villagers have made their way out as well, and you find yourselves in a room with only a couple of folks left.
So,
Tavern keeper's still in there. as well as what seems to be a family of 4.
Real quick, can you tell me what that necklace is?
You don't know yet.
You have to tune
It
to
is a shark tooth necklace.
Shark tooth necklace.
Is there anything special other than? Is it like an earthreal blade?
It is a +1 and technically an ethereal blade.
Ooh.
You can stab things that do not exist.
That's awesome.
Stab
Wait,
that
what?
ghost.
Well, they have to exist first.
Yeah, that's
They-
fair.
Non-corporeal things.
That don't exist on the material plane.
Yes.
That are
So-
It
projecting
also
themselves.
hits. It also still hits physical.
Yeah, it hits physical things as well.
Well, yeah, he stabbed it in the
Table. Unless it's a ghost table.
Dun dun dun. No, because I would have seen it with my detect magic.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's true.
Depends. If it's a
It's a ghost table sitting on a.
It's
real
resurrected
table.
it's
ghost
the
table.
spirit of a dead table.
It's possessing it.
All right, that's a family of 4.
Yep. A man and woman with a son and daughter, by the look of it. Children seem to be like 8 and 6, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Families just enjoying a nice meal here. Otherwise, yeah, just villagers.
So, do we know if there are like rooms here? Because I'm ready to sleep. I ate. I had some fun, so it's time for a nap.
Yeah. When you ask, the tavern keeper looks you over and goes, "Hey, "Yeah, we got 2 rooms.
I'll get one.
All right. It's silver a night.
Sure.
Do you want to pay in advance? Just gold piece, keep it nice and clean."
And breakfast in bed.
If you pay for the breakfast, sure.
Okay, I'll give him a gold in advance, and I expect breakfast tomorrow.
You're
Sure.
gonna spit it.
No, like the special sauce.
It's like yeah.
So I
It's
come over
funny
to the barkeep.
because you think he's gonna wake up in the morning.
She looks over to you, goes,
Yeah, it's true.
"I'm assuming you would like a room
Stop!
as well."
Stop!
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any more chances to satisfy my hedonism. So, a room that's not his.
Well, there's only one other. And
Here's
if
10
it's-
gold for the other room.
Takes it, kind of eyes perk a little bit. You turn, and as you're about to go, she mentions, "If it's hedonism you're after."
Yes, I'm listening.
She taps the gold coins. That you have. Information doesn't come cheap.
And how much does information cost?
Double what you got.
400.
Double what I've got in my purse.
No, what you paid.
Yeah.
She means.
Okay, so I gave her another 20 gold.
Whatever amount of money that you currently have, it's twice that. If you
You-
get
you
that amount of
legitimately
money,
can't
then
do
it
that.
doubles again.
I need a gamble. Oh, no.
It's whatever you have.
So I slide her another 20 gold.
Pockets that after a quick, again, check. Lord Ortana is a man of the baser natures of life. I'm sure you will find yourself satisfied in any way you could think of. And not necessarily by
Thanks for the tip. And I go to see him.
he's the lord up on the hill.
Sounds great.
He's actually just got a massive hentai collection.
All right,
You
can
walk
see
in,
it.
his mansion is just full of like anime body pillows.
Just stashes.
All right, you can see it, but you have to sign this waiver that says if I die, you burn it all.
Huh.
Okay, so you start. Is the night has gone on? You're looking probably like 9 at night at this point. Look at the hill. There is a mountainous path leading up that way that is not lit.
He's not very friendly, from what I've gathered.
I cast light.
Good idea. That will save your shins. As you make your way up, you notice the path has been in disrepair. There are points where it's like, no, they legitimately need a bridge here. You have to do the classic, like, press up against a wall and kind of scooch along it sort of thing to actually get past. Or if you want to, you can always just try to, like, scale the wall, but you're looking at kind of, like, sharp cliffs, not a lot of edges to grab onto. It would be a tough climb. This is fortress-like material. Nice.
Yep, because it's fantastic.
What's a scimitar?
It's a scimitar, but with K and
With more
With more C.
It's what baristas use to get the cream off the top.
Yeah.
The scimitar.
Clever.
finesse.
But yeah, you put in the effort and manage to make your way to the top of the hill. It takes you a good 30, 45 minutes. You are getting a little bit scraggly after all that. Just kind of pushing through bush and overgrowth.
Worth it.
And you come to this
Are you
double
going
door.
No.
This double door, it's been nicely carved wood, ornate. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Sylvan, and Infernal.
Nice.
You don't recognize all of it, but you do notice some of it in Infernal.
Shit.
Yeah, which reads, "Welcome, weary travelers."
Ah, sounds like my kind of place.
And you can get, especially as one who speaks Infernal and has been around that kind of culture, that where it's written, it's not written in the same way you'd be oh, there's English and Spanish for those who happen to speak this. It's designed as a message directly to those who know the language. So there's a implication that comes along with it. Traveler does not just mean one who travels. It often implies for somebody who has either traveled the plains or one who makes deals with those who have traveled plains. But you arrive to this large door. There's a great big door knocker, which is in the shape of a squid.
Oh yeah, I knock.
Tom, tom, tom.
Goes with hints.
Goes in there.
And we never see him again.
Where is my character that is
It's the secret message.
that is specialized in tentacle porn?
Oh, God.
That was
Eclipse
specifically
phase.
Eclipse phase,
Yes,
because
Eclipse.
sometimes that comes in handy.
It actually did come in handy too.
Yep. All right. The door is opened, and you see somebody who is very clearly in well-dressed attire. But do you have any training in history, and/or what's your background?
My background is folk hero.
Okay. I can potentially
Let's
see.
see. No, I didn't take any of the knowledge skills.
Okay. So with folk hero background, you see this is clearly a well-to-do servant. You're looking like shirt and jacket over top of it. Some sort of necklace done up as well. She's very much so well-to-do, even in the position of serving a lord. May I ask who's calling at this late hour?
My name is Marquise Marie Marceau, and I've understood that certain proclivities can be satisfied at this location.
I see. Please hold a moment. And she lets you into the main foyer area, and heads into the back. You can see it's kind of a grand staircase in front. She goes underneath the staircase, and you hear a door open and close. It's a good, you think, maybe 5 minutes before she makes her way back to the top. You have been introduced. My lord says he will meet you in the morning and wishes you to stay in a room here, should that fill your needs for the moment.
Sounds good.
Nods. She then leads you up leads you up the main staircase off to the left side, down what is clearly the guest wing. There are 4 large rooms here that you assume. As she opens one, large 4 poster bed. You've got a dresser, standing dresser armoire, grand like bay windows with curtains covering them, currently like halfway open, that look down to the small village below. If there's anything else you need tonight, please simply ring this bell, and then gestures towards a bell near an end table.
Could I perhaps have some companionship?
I'm sorry, not tonight. My lord needs my assistance.
I see. Well, thank you.
Nods and leaves with a polite and deep bow before closing the door behind her. Alright, where are the rest of you sleeping?
Are there rooms besides the tavern, or is it just the tavern?
I mean, you can sleep with me
You can ask around.
on the floor in my room if you want to.
I'm just wondering because there's only the 2 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we have like our adventurers gear, so we have like bedrolls and stuff.
I got a tent if you want a tent.
I prefer not to sleep
I don't really
outside
sleep.
or in a tent with any of you.
I mean, it'll be roomy.
Especially you.
Yeah, I'm pretty clean.
You smell like raw meat.
How about now?
Your arms smell like raw meat?
Oh, I thought I had something in here.
I mean, you can ask around, see if somebody's got a solution for you, but as you see, like, the last room was bought, and then she just left, and it's been like a good 10 minutes.
Again, you're welcome to hang out with me. If you don't want to sleep with, like, on the floor, you can have a tent in that room.
I will
I mean, if
ask
you pay me
around
gold
about
to,
other,
watch you while
lodging.
Oh,
you
I'm
get visited.
I'm
tonight.
There's the family of 4 there,
I don't know what
and then
you're
there's
talking
the
about.
innkeep, or the tavern keep, sorry.
Okay.
Who you want to ask?
Let's see. I probably would have overheard that there's only the 2 rooms, and they've both been taken.
Or at least sold, yeah.
And he's not even in the room.
So I guess,
Yeah,
like,
she's
well,
not.
I'd probably still be playing music, and I would just try to make like casual chatter with the family that's here and ask them about other
Can I still
lodging
do-
options.
More
Since this one seems to be booked.
Karen speaks up, the older woman, clearly mother of the 2 children there, kind of a dusty blonde hair. We'd be happy to put you up. There's not really any other place in town. We're not really large enough to maintain that much of a presence when it comes to comers and goers.
Oh, that would be very kind of you. I would appreciate that. I have my own bedroll. I just would prefer to.
Have a roof over your head, of
Yes.
course. Yes. And make sure the wolves are kept at bay. I understand. Yeah, so they'll happily take you in.
Okay.
Which leaves you.
Got a tent.
So you just, like, middle of
they-
town, pitch a tent.
Hey,
If
Pat,
they want me
like-
to like pay for
You're welcome to hang
me
out.
staying, I
with
will
me.
gladly pay them.
And,
They don't ask. When you follow them, you find yourself
you know,
heading
if
towards the edge of town.
something happens...
It's a vegetable farm, you notice? A lot of, like, potatoes and other earth veggies being grown.
I'm just making sure how the spell works.
Voila.
Yeah.
Well, I will offer regardless.
Will you hear
Okay,
that little jingling of a
You
bell?
know, it's the least we can do. Our town
Are
doesn't
you
have
a
much
light
in the way to
sleeper?
offer, but we would take any donation, of course.
Let's see what do I actually have left.
No gold required. Donations accepted.
If you're interested, Nathaniel Graves runs the local graveyard and shrine to the gods. You could perhaps give an offering there in our name. There's not a lot we really do with money around here.
Alright,
Except
I
gamble.
will have to check him out tomorrow.
And yeah, family of 4, maybe not big on gambling. Who knows?
Yeah, I was just thinking, can't wait to find out this guy's a serial
They're
killer.
cannibals! Surprise!
Oh, you're gonna have a lot of fun with all 35 pounds of gnome.
That's good gnome, though.
Yeah.
No.
Gnomes are supposed to weigh 40 pounds at minimum.
Mhm.
This is like... She's like a borderline emaciated gnome.
You'll make good soup.
The bones, yeah.
Mhm.
Stupid.
Well, I think if they wanted the bones, they should have gone after our doctor over here.
Yeah, but he's old bones, right?
Barry, I'm 121 years old.
Yeah. Like, your bones are
And
currently
bones-
being
bone
preserved
years
inside of his fleshy
or
body.
birth?
Well, from birth.
Juicy
so.
bones.
So, before going to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
Were you born a skeleton, or are you?
No, I became. Well, technically, yes, I was born a skeleton, but I had
born
flesh.
skeleton.
You're born with a skeleton, but you're not typically born
A
just
skeleton.
the skeleton.
That's
No, I did have meat at some.
Are you a
point.
born again skeleton?
No.
Okay, just checking. Yes. Okay.
Tricky.
So when everybody sets in for the night, I need. Well, actually, what are you doing during
Before-
the night?
I had
This
planned
is
to go, but I had planned to move to the rear wall of the go around to the back of the tavern outside,
Okay.
and plant my cane in the dirt and just sort of stand back there motionless.
wow.
As I'm just like waving. It's like
Yeah.
And I will do my inactive state for 4 hours.
Well, first, before we go to sleep, I want to focus and attune to this necklace.
Okay.
Good
You
idea.
attune to the necklace.
Whoa!
Yeah. 30 minutes later, you get this just strong craving for meat. You don't understand anything else at this point.
Wow.
You feel the need for meat needs to be satisfied first.
And the fact that I'm just like full with meat already is not even.
More.
Uh,
More.
is there someone in the kitchen?
No, that's... In this case, like, everybody goes to sleep.
Good thing.
Like,
I
you
didn't sleep
poke
with
your
you.
head out of
This
the
is a
room.
McDonald's.
Just drooling.
You poke your head out, and there's, like, scraps of one of the lamb that you can smell. It was probably dumped somewhere outside or buried.
Ooh,
You could
that's
probably
even
like
better.
smell
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for like a
No,
mile
no,
away.
no. I'm gonna
Yeah.
sneak out.
Mhm.
Put
You-
all of that in my backpack
So
and bring it back to the
You
bed.
make it to the
Why
door.
do you wait?
You try the door, and it's locked.
What? No.
Locks the tavern when she
No,
goes to sleep.
no, no locks for me and meat. No. You can't stop me. I'm gonna
You
try.
can't stop me.
I'm gonna
Can't stop
try
me.
to open it.
Okay, how would you like to try to open it?
I will.
There's no stopping, Mah'jong.
I believe the phrases you done fucked up.
Okay, I'm gonna. No.
You
I'm
gambled
gonna.
for a curse.
I'm gonna give
item.
myself Can I give myself guidance?
Yes,
Okay, that's Bard's inspiration that only for
That-
someone else.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so
Alright.
I'm gonna give myself guidance.
So
and try
you,
to pick a lock.
you mumble aloud
No.
in a
I'm
commanding
like,
voice the spell.
Yeah.
It's spells must be cast in a commanding voice.
Sure.
I'm gonna
I can open this door for sure! And then, sneakily, I will try to, I don't know, the pick lock or whatever, get some sticks and stuff and stick it in the, just jam the door.
So you don't have thieves' tools.
Yeah,
No,
so,
no.
so you're working with like
I have darts.
bare bones.
So I have
so
2
you're
darts
trying to
and
like,
just, like-
jiggle it with a dart. Trying to get that to pop open.
Yep.
Good luck. You get to add dex. Okay.
That's a,
Don't you have to do it at disadvantage when you don't have tools?
I don't
it's
think you
already
can roll
bad enough.
lower than this. That's a
could.
6.
You could break your dart.
I was about to say you break a dart
Okay.
because you are using impromptu tools.
Okay.
So you snap a dart off in the lock, and
The
you're like,
lock's
"No."
jammed now.
And, yeah, now there's a tip of a dart stuck in the lock, and you're on the other side of the door.
Okay, am I smart enough to know that this just draw to eat raw meat is driven by the...
Yeah, you can put 2 and 2 together. Like,
Okay.
you went to sleep satisfied, and then, that's
Okay.
different.
Fine.
It's time for a 4th meal, but you're not a halfling.
Yeah, I know. Then,
And they haven't invented
if
Taco Bell.
so, I'm gonna take it off and
I-
go...
You try to, but you can't.
Nice! That's
That-
the best.
That being said, like, you take a moment, and you're able to suppress the urge enough that you're like, okay, I think I could get to sleep.
Oh. But I can't take it off.
No.
Wonderful. Every time it gets me. I go upstairs,
There's This is all floor 1.
Oh,
technically,
okay.
yeah.
I thought the rooms are upstairs. Okay, floor 1. Yeah, I go back. I close the door and I cast alarm
Okay.
on the room.
You feel safer.
Yeah. Nice. And then I go to sleep.
All right. I need everybody to roll me a d20. Whoever rolls the highest gets the honor of picking who the murderer is with a d10 roll.
Rolled a 10.
Okay.
Alright.
So far, I think you got it.
Yep.
All right. Roll a d10, and you will determine who the killer is.
Now we need the Michael Myers music.
7.
7, you say. All right. I've got it. The killer has been decided.
Nice.
You wake up. You are the killer.
So, I need to check. During the night,
You are the Mafia.
as you sleep, Mah'jong and Levy, you dream. You dream.
We did drink the stuff.
You got a little tipsy, but you dream of a man in the woods that you seem to be stalking after.
Nothing new there.
You watch as he enters into this hut in kind of the middle of the woods, made completely out of wood and greenery, thatched roof. Some of it even seems to still be alive, holding pieces together with vine. He's in there for 20, 25 minutes, and then he makes his way out. At which time, you approach. He turns to see you approaching from behind, screams, and that is quickly cut off as the two of you wake up.
Did I feel like I was myself? In
Where
that
are
dream?
you sleeping?
Yeah,
not
where,
sure.
where we are, we saw a
Did I
dream
feel
about
taller?
a person, and we were in the person.
Yeah, from like
Okay,
their eyes.
okay.
Did I feel taller?
Yeah,
Hard to
that's
tell.
the thing.
The
Like,
thing with dreams is
we're-
sometimes
yeah.
it's hard to
The
tell.
thing is,
Yeah.
3 feet feels a lot different than 6
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. Twice
Where are
more.
you sleeping, by the way?
In a tent outside.
Just in the.
So do I wake up in my tent?
Do I wake up?
You wake up in your tent with the tent open. You wake up in your room, but your alarm spell dissipated. And the door, you notice, is slightly ajar.
What? I pee myself a little.
That's a free action.
Yeah, it's free. You can do
Thank you.
It's free real estate.
Jeez.
You are now dehydrated.
Do I feel different?
So
Little sweaty?
Abused, maybe. I
You,
don't
you
know.
got the meat sweats.
Yeah, you got the meat sweats. Big meat sweats. The hunger is still there.
I'm running to the kitchen. Oh, no. I'm gonna stay in the room. I'm gonna stay in the room and wait.
You did this to yourself.
Shit.
Well,
You manage to suppress the hunger to the point that you can't even feel it gnawing at you anymore.
Okay.
and then Ryder's like,
Dr.
I
Bones,
tried to get some meat for you, but
Dr.
somebody
Wickham,
broke the
you
goddamn
come
darkness.
to after 4 hours. It's night. You thought you had heard something kind of in the distance of the wood, a quick.
Now,
Scream
the way
or
that the inactive state works, I'm fully aware of my surroundings and notice approaching enemies and other events as normal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Far enough
If
away
that
that
has
your
anything,
yeah,
yeah.
your passive 16 let you notice.
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Just that kind of distant, soft, quick, and then kind of cut off scream.
Okay. All right. I guess I will adjust my coat and top hat. I will dig my cane out of the dirt where it was sort of stabbed to remain stationary, and I will go back into. Hold on. What time is it exactly?
I'll say 8 in the morning.
Yeah. Then I'll go
Yeah.
back into the tavern. The tavern's open at this point. Surely.
Open. You can see tavern keeper behind there, cleaning one of the cutlery from last night, sharpening it up again. Eyes you, then goes back to work since clearly you don't buy food or drink.
Sure.
Does she look pissed off because there was a broken dart in her door?
Hard to tell. One would need insight, but assumptions could be made.
So, I see her,
I roll.
and I will ask. Excuse me, if I may. Earlier, in the wee hours of the morning, did you hear a sort of a scream? Let's say, perhaps in the distance.
Bit of a light sleeper.
Oh yes, I
No,
indeed.
I didn't. No, I didn't hear anything.
Have you previously heard a scream in the night or anything like that? Is it common?
With kobolds, yes.
Are the kobolds screaming or?
The people the kobolds are attacking.
Oh, yes,
usually.
yes, of course.
We should probably do a town roll call, see if somebody's missing.
I suppose you'll be wanting the captain of the guard then.
Indeed. You wouldn't mind finding her, would you?
No, I'm perfectly all right. Nothing better to do today.
I've got to wake everybody else up and clear the tavern, since I'm going to have to show up for this as well. Unless you can convince her to hold it here. It would be convenient. She smiles for the first time since you've seen her, although only a little bit.
What is this shield maiden woman?
At this time of day, probably sleeping. Here, she'll go to the door and point the house out to you. Just knock on that door.
Oh, certainly. Thank you very much. And I'll tip my hat and then make my way over to that building.
Okay. You wake up again. You're tense, flapping in the breeze.
Probably get out, make sure my gun's loaded. I'm like, well.
Did you go to sleep with it loaded or unloaded?
It's probably loaded, but I always have like the hand on my dagger, but I'm just, like double checking.
Okay, so when you check, you fired it. Like there's clear powder burn residue. The cartridge hasn't been removed. You used this within the last 8 hours?
Do I remember that in the dream?
No.
Nothing. So I'll reload it, and I'll keep that shell in my pocket.
Okay.
Give a little quick spin. Put it back.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You wake up. You find a bullet.
There's only one person on this island with a gun.
Yeah.
That should narrow it down.
By the powers of deduction, it was Scrappy the dog.
So,
Still
Fuck you,
gets a
Scrappy
Scrappy-Doo.
so where's my breakfast?
You see, it's actually sitting in the room. It's
Score.
With a bullet hole through it.
This is a message. You're looking at eggs, corn that's been grilled, and a kind of wheat mash porridge.
Yum.
I mean,
This
this is living high
for
in
me.
peasant times.
For me, yeah, this is the best. I'll gobble it up and go downstairs and check on the. Just
walk out the
read
door.
the situation. Yeah, what's going on there? But you said that my alarm spell was like dispelled almost, or like
it's clearly no longer active, and you don't remember it going off, and you know how long it's supposed to last for. It should still be active.
yeah. That yeah.
Feels weird.
Feels weird, man.
Yep.
Feels weird, man.
Yep. All right. Yeah. After breakfast, I'll just go and rejoin with whoever's in the tavern or nearby, the Mr. Skeleton Sir and the little guy.
I've left already.
Yeah.
Oh.
You probably see Dr. Wickham leaving as soon as you push your door open.
Okay.
but you've got a meal to eat, so
Yeah.
probably sit down and work on that.
Yeah. No rush.
All right, Maria. Linney wakes up. Lenny. Yeah. Lenny. No. You wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of the house dog barking.
Okay.
You notice that the family, and I'll give you their names since they probably introduced themselves or you chatted them up as you moved. There is Howard, who is the father. This is the Howe family, Howe. Karen, the mother.
Alarm only pings you if you're within a mile.
Karen,
I can
the mother.
set it.
Catherine,
and be a mile
the
away.
8-year-old
Yeah, but if you're a mile
daughter.
away, it doesn't ping you.
And Howard Jr., the 6-year-old son.
This is the worst. That's yeah. I'm not a sleepwalker, but
I mean, I understand. I got him to symbol it. But
And the dog is nicknamed, or named, I suppose, Hunter.
that would have been loud. The town would have noticed.
Okay. So, upon hearing that,
Everybody's kind of like rousing and like dog's just barking a lot as like a certain dog we know when people come to the door.
okay.
We're not projected.
So,
Not
Actually, it's still like you'd guess 4 or 5 in the morning, maybe. It's no sun. It's hard to really tell. You
Okay.
feel like you got a decent amount of sleep though. But currently, Howard is trying to calm Hunter down.
okay. Linney will rise from her bed and she will arm herself with her rapier and go to check out whatever Hunter was barking at.
Okay, so kind of barking off towards the woods, you kind of poke your head out a little bit. You've got dark vision, right?
Yes.
So you can see up to like 60 feet
Yes.
ish. You're looking out there and you can see kind of like the stone wall that's been crudely set up that at best could keep a rabbit out as long as it didn't jump too high.
Or dig under it.
Yeah, or dig under it.
Actually, I want to say she would have grabbed her crossbow.
Okay. But you can't see far beyond that. You know there's woods beyond, but
Okay.
there's probably 30 feet or so of field before it gets there.
Okay.
They didn't want to butt right up against it.
The wall is low enough that it would be very difficult for someone to hide behind it, right?
Yeah, you'd have to go full on your belly, sort of.
Yeah.
Flat prone.
She will watch for a bit.
It goes uneventful for like 30 minutes or so. Eventually, dog calms down. Hits that point where it's just whining a lot, clearly nervous. Just kind of like tucks in.
Okay. I think in the meantime, she would have watched for like a few, maybe like 5 minutes, and then she would have gone and gotten dressed, put her armor on, and she would go outside and do a quick perimeter check of the house.
Okay. Quick sweep reveals nothing out of the ordinary from what you saw earlier in the night.
Okay. She'll go back in and tell the family that whatever it was, it looks like it's not going to be bothering us.
It's gone now.
Yep.
What's that?
And I'll join them for breakfast.
Okay. Yep. Breakfast gets set, and by the time we get back to you, captain of the guards or one of the guards will be knocking on the door, mustering everyone. We'll do a quick jump back to the interaction with the captain. Which,
I will
captain of 2 people.
rap on her door.
It takes a little bit of knocking. Clearly, there's some stirring
Make
inside.
yourself a general.
Opens. Yeah.
No. It's
Admiral.
Admiral.
Yeah.
Admiral Mah'jong. Yeah.
It opens
No, I
the
was
door.
thinking of the captain. You
Dressed rather lightly because of the
I
human
am a
air.
captain
Sure.
now.
She looks you kind of up and down real
That's how
quick.
it works, right?
Like hand goes to the side and then
always
takes
like
a
In
moment,
this
kind
one,
of steadies
it's
herself.
the necklace. In the last game
Clearly
we
just
played, it
woke
was a
up.
sash.
I'll take
It's
my
a
hat off
sash.
to her.
A hat, necklace, the hook.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Doctor, actually, Dr. Wickham.
Dr. Wickham.
Yes,
Uh, Pleasure to meet you. I saw you get off the ship last night, but I couldn't leave my post.
Yes, and you're the Captain Shield Maiden, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Please just call me Kieran.
Of course, Turen. You may call me Horatio if you like.
Very well, Horatio.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'm sorry to bother you at this hour, but it seems that we are in need of the Finrana, the tavern, called a roll call. You see, I was
Kobolds again.
we're not certain. I was, let's say, aware last night, and I heard a sort of screaming, if it were in the distance. I'm concerned that something may have happened that I was not entirely aware of, nor were you or any of your guards aware of either. Finrana suggested a sort of roll call, a sort of counting of heads, and that would take place in the tavern, to her liking.
Of course.
And so I was sent over here to fetch you and rouse the activity.
Well, I could definitely use some brownie points with her, so sure, why not? The tavern it is. I'll get on it. You can... Well, you'll have a couple of minutes before everything gets ready, but please do join us in the tavern.
Of course, yes. Good morning.
Good morrow. She closes the door behind her. You awake. You find yourself oddly refreshed. You don't really know how to put a finger on it, but yeah, no, really nice bed probably, and the smell. You're smelling what is very clearly some sort of well fried or cooked or baked meat has been slowly wafting in. As you kind of rouse, you get a knock on the door, and you hear, this time, a man's voice. Are you decent?
I wouldn't say decent, but I'm dressed.
The door opens, and you see, in full regalia, which you would expect of a Victorian-era lord, opens the door, and he takes a few steps in, not to be too close to you, but to be able to speak with some level of civility. We have not been properly introduced. You may call me Mikhail, if you are here for what Miss Cross informed me of.
Yes, so you must be my gracious host. It's a pleasure.
If you'd like to join us for breakfast?
Sounds good.
You slept until 6 p.m.
Yeah. Mood. I assume, I don't know if you changed before you slept or if you get ready or whatnot, but when you go down to join them, again, full, proper regalia, as you would expect. They have what looks to be part of a pig set out on the table.
What part?
You get the head, and then there's clearly some meat next to it, so a little bit showy, as well as a wide variety of vegetables and even a small bowl of fruit that has been provided.
Oh, fancy.
No scurvy for you.
Safe.
Well, it depends. If it's limes, they don't work as well. I gotta do that.
Gotta be careful. They keep longer, but...
What am I eating?
Or oranges.
You're probably getting wheat and a good variety of vegetables.
Nice.
Cabbage.
Whole lot of carrots. Yeah, probably a little bit of cabbage. Maybe they're onto lettuce after they're like, oh, you were on a ship. Yeah, we'll give you lettuce. Something a little different.
Good veggies.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of potatoes.
Yeah. And they serve just regular apple cider. Get a little fruit in there as well.
Nice.
Outside of that,
I don't eat much, but she appreciates it.
as the meal comes to an end, there's a knock on the door, and you see Cross stands up, makes her way towards the door, leaving you and Mikhail for a moment. He sits back after putting a silverware down, and looks across the table at you, I guess down the table since he's sitting at the head. Now, what exactly were you interested in?
I was told that someone with a penchant for hedonism could be
satisfied here?
Yes.
You will have to be more specific.
Oh God.
Oh, I am a girl of many taste.
Very well. And before he's able to reply, Cross comes back into the room. I'm sorry, my lord, but it seems we're all required in the village for a roll call. Something appears to have happened during the night. And Cross, Mikhail frowns a little bit at this, and I'm sorry. We will have to be counted, I suppose, first. But we may talk of this more when you come back.
Of course. And I think they may need my assistance with this anyway.
Of course. Those from out of town usually have a set of skills helpful in any sort of investigation.
Oh yeah, I have all of the skills for investigation.
So you are kind of led
With my
down the
perception
mountain.
of 11.
You're also introduced to the servant's name is Dara Cross. She gives herself a proper introduction. She is helping you on the way down. And you notice that she is lugging down a bit of bridge, 2 planks of wood, effectively nailed together with a bit of a cross beam that they lay across. It's like, Mikhail explains, we were having problems. Some of this washes out from time to time.
Of course. Would you like some help with that?
A proper mason would be appreciated, yes.
Well,
or carpenter, should that be the...
I meant with your servant like some help carrying.
You get kind of like a questioning look. Should you so desire to engage in such activities, I'm sure she would be able to share the load. Dara looks to you. It's no problem.
As you wish.
You notice she doesn't even really break a sweat, taking her down there. But you make your way to the tavern, as you have been roll called. Everybody else is summoned there by either guard or the slow ringing of a large bell, which has been placed outside of the tavern to draw attention. The majority of the town is able to fit inside. There is a... You're looking at a grand total of, if you actually count, 39 people.
Wow.
Including us?
Not including you and not including the 11 sailors.
Are they there?
They're there. But they're kind of outside, as it's like, well, we don't really need to be counted, right? Nah.
As soon as I see them, I'll just like waving at them, kind of like giving hand pistols. Yeah.
Well, it should have been 39, but it's only 38.
I see.
Whoa.
That would have made the numbers a little bit easy, so now we're at 54.
It turns out one Alan Thompson is missing. It's the only one who didn't come to roll call, it turns out.
And this roll call is like public, so we know
Yeah.
that. Oh, Alan Thompson, and he doesn't
Is the
show.
one that
I'm gonna-
not replied. Even the witch showed.
Wow.
Okay.
And the Panther too.
And the Panther too.
Oh my God.
Can I just kind of like at the gathering lean towards the guy who served us lemonade last night and ask, so this person who is missing currently, what did he or she look like?
You get a kind of generic-ish description. Oh, he's a man, kind of in his
That's all you get.
30s,
This man.
brown hair.
Does it match
kinda
the person
tan
who I
skin.
saw in my
It's like a
dream?
video game protagonist.
No. Well, as you're thinking about it, yeah, it kind of does.
Short hair, brown.
Give me a wisdom check. See if you can put
Let
things
it be
together.
noted that the servant
Wisdom.
of Lord Zana has the same
A
last
nat
name as
20.
our monster hunter in training.
You click and it goes, yeah, no, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
For a moment, you're like, wait, why did I think it wasn't?
That's right, they got Gen 3 now.
But no, that was definitely the person you saw.
Mm-hmm. That's insanely cool. I tell no one about this.
Of course.
This is amazing. Amazingly mine.
You're like,
No. As soon as that happens,
This is the information that gets you killed.
I'm gonna run towards you. Well, no.
No, you wouldn't know.
But the thing is that we were drinking, so you're the closest.
No, I had
to
this
me.
crazy dream.
I know who killed him. It was me.
Oh my
Wait,
god!
no. I had a dream last night.
That's
Upon
crazy
learning
dream.
this information, I will turn to the captain of the guard. What is the standard procedure? Are we going to form a sort of a search party? Or?
Definitely. Jasmine, head up the search party. You see a woman, very clearly what you describe as either hunter or maybe even ranger's garb. Hard to really distinguish the two.
Sure.
With short bow across her back. Kind of gives a two-fingered salute, letting her know that, yes, I heard and will take this as responsibility.
If I may, Captain, I would like to join that expedition.
Of course. She'll be leading the search of the outer perimeter outside of town, where I will be rousing the rest of the guard. Points over to, and you get the names from roll call of Petra, Sokolov,
I know that.
and Leonid Costa, whose hand is looking a little bandaged at this point.
What was his name? Leonid?
Yep, Leonid Kosta.
Okay, Costa.
He looks to be in his early 30s, while Petra looks to be in her early 20s.
Jasmine also a member of the guard? Or?
No. She does not wear any of the same regalia. You would guess probably a local hunter of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doctor, where did you say the screams came from?
Was I able to, in my... Was my best version able to pinpoint it?
You got a
Like,
general
it's in that
direction.
direction?
Yeah.
Was it away... So, away from the...
Away from the town.
Towards... what?
Towards
Mountain,
the woods.
the forest?
Yeah, towards the woods, and you notice specifically towards a beaten footpath, roughly.
I would mention that I was staying with the house last night and we were awoken in the early hours of the morning by their dog barking at something in that direction.
And so it looks as if we're able to sort of narrow down. It seems to be in the woods within, I would say, a reasonable radius of this manor.
Do you know anything about the cabin in the woods?
You see the
Copyrighted.
It's a
the
film by
old
Drew
woman.
Goddard
Probably like early 40s, maybe mid 40s, with the panther. Goes, you mean my home? And gives you this kind of like look above half moon glasses at you.
It's like that. Like it's made of wood and it's like a little like overgrown a little, and then the wood is like fresh, so to a point, right?
You mean my home?
Where were you last night, Miss Lady?
Lynn. My name's Lynn.
Lynn.
assumed
Nice
she
to meet
was at
you,
home.
Lynn.
I was indeed at home. In fact, Alan came to me last night.
Aha! She's a murderer. I knew it.
How do you know that?
You hear this panther like low, slow growl, and everybody in town's like, I mean, we're not going to get in the way of a panther.
Yeah. I step back a little and say,
I-
well, maybe I was a little rushed.
a bit more evidence gathering, I'd say, old chap.
Yeah.
I did no such thing. I provided him with an amulet. He was worried that some sort of evil was following him.
What kind of amulet?
A simple ward.
So the evidence didn't work.
What kind of evil?
Apparently not enough. Spirits was what I was assuming he referred to, but at this point, who knows?
Right.
That must be the last place that
I mean,
anybody
this
saw
fucked
him.
up my morning
What
plans.
time was that?
But what exactly were we planning
Late
to
at
do?
night. I don't have an exact
I
time.
don't quite know, but it sounded very interesting.
Quite after midnight, I would say.
You know,
Couple
let's-
of hours.
Let's say I shared information about the weird ass dream I saw last night.
I mean,
Because-
you'd be sharing it with everybody at this point.
Mm,
There's no easy way to be like, Well, everybody's here. I'm just going to whisper.
Hey, all 39
Well,
people.
it's. I just
38.
don't want. Here's the thing. I just don't want to be
And
a
11
little.
outside.
A little. So okay, after I tell this to the lady and I accuse her of being a murder, and
As you do.
yeah, and I'm just gonna.
With all
How do you know about the cabin?
Right.
Remember,
After like
she's a
the
witch.
mumbling starts,
Burn her.
I'm just like, I just saw it in a dream, and look up.
She gives you kind of like an interesting look. A dream, you say?
I,
Perhaps you're the one we should be worried about.
yeah, I don't know.
I would tend to agree here, but I don't believe it's for the murders.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely accompany you out there in this search. I know those woods fairly well, and should be able to find should Alan have stumbled off the path late at night and simply gotten lost.
I will be glad to have you.
Must slip
Excellent.
and
Is
fall.
there, will the animal be coming?
Of course.
Okay. You'll excuse me if I'm not entirely enthused about that. I'm rather uncomfortable around animals with teeth.
Well, that is most of them, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I found.
Is it domesticated? Can I ride it?
No.
Hmm.
I think those are like little four-legged roguelites.
They're like ponies for.
I mean, you're
Right.
not, you're
When
not
you
wrong
ride
in
a
terms of
rogue-
mechanical points. But
Okay.
you would have to be small for that to
Panthers
work.
get a level in rogue, which is so bizarre. but
I just say
they
we
do.
are burning daylight, as the saying goes. We hope to
Yes.
begin this search as soon as possible.
Oh, that's
We
the,
will keep everyone here until you find Alan, or hopefully
If
alive.
Yes.
I wanna
Do you ever find them when they go missing? Or is it just usually finding nothing?
occasionally. The kobolds like the bones. They don't like much else. You tend to find blood.
Okay, a mess. Okay.
Yes.
So you suspect kobolds, not spirits.
Who are you asking?
The lady, the witch.
Which?
Lynn.
It could be. The talisman could also work on magical beasts or those who are cursed.
Mm-hmm.
Lycanthropes, perhaps.
Mm.
But,
Maybe we should be looking for what it doesn't work on.
well, anyone in this room, unless they are a beast or a magical beast of that sort.
I'm kind of unsure about that one.
I'm like.
I want to ask the Howe family
Charm wouldn't affect this one.
if they're.
Or even you, I suppose.
I want to ask the Howe family if their dog is any good at tracking.
No, not really. We keep it more so to keep ourselves safe. We are at the edge of town, after all.
Scare the snakes.
All right, fair enough.
Why does it always have to be snakes?
It always has to be.
So,
safe.
Jasmine,
Well, dogs.
was it?
Fight off
She
the snakes.
gives you a quick nod.
Hello,
Yes.
Dr. Horatio, very much.
Pleasure to meet you.
Now, I believe we should start in the location that Linney and I sort of triangulated, if you will, close to the manor house, but also in the woods as well. We should, of course, begin our search nearest to the Lynn's. I was about to say the witch, pardon me. Lynn's abode out there. If we can do a quick perimeter around there and then fan out from there, I think it would be most efficient.
Sounds good.
Seems like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
She leads the way for the lot of you. Bow out and arrow knocked, but kind of down.
I cast Mage Armor.
Okay. She leads you like quickly through the woods, taking a couple of shortcuts from
Who
time to
else in
time,
our group? We got Jasmine, Lynn,
and the lot of you.
And the witch.
is Madeline.
Oh, Lynn, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Madeline tagging along?
No, she has been forced to stay put. There was clear protest as you were.
Thank God.
I want to be there. I can defeat it. I will fight the evil.
I fight with my friends.
But
Gotta
what
go
if I
complete a few more
come
fetch
zero?
quests before you're
So,
allowed
so,
to
so Jasmine's leading the way, I imagine.
She's
To
leading the way.
point.
Along the way, she's a ranger, and
She does.
damn,
have
natural
tuberculosis.
20. Along the way, she pauses. You can see off in the distance, probably about maybe 40, 50 yards away, the house. She does the quick hands up for everybody to stop, and then moves ahead a little bit, and then quickly gestures for everybody to approach.
Okay.
I do exactly the same what she did. Just like do this.
The repeat
Yeah,
for everybody
just
who is
repeat
short.
for every. Yeah.
You find Alan, as previously mentioned, white male, kind of tannish, clearly from the sun. Probably because he was a fisherman of some sort.
Sure, worked outside.
Yep. Laying on his back, arms to the side. There are clear, like, gashes across the body in a number of places. Pool of his own blood sort of scenario. Doesn't look great, but has all his bones by the look of it. You think? I mean, you'd have to really dig in there to check, but...
I, in fact, will dig in and check.
Alright, give me a medicine check.
Do I think
Is he
he's
still
dead?
breathing?
No, he is very dead.
Oh.
Medicine check?
Well, I won't necessarily, like, start by, like, doing an autopsy, but I'm just gonna, like,
Do you
you
have
know,
bones?
get the... I'm gonna give
Check
a...
for bones.
I'm gonna
Bone
do a general kind of, like, medical appraisal.
A
Can I
triage,
assist?
if you would.
I have.
If you are skilled
I
in
am
medicine,
trained.
then yes, you get advantage.
I'm trained.
Yeah. I'm running the standard you can help as long as you got the skill trained.
Oh.
So, 15.
15. Alright. You give a quick little once-over. Bones are still there. Checks out. Appears to be some sort of animal attack, you would guess. However, a bit of an oddity. There's no maggots eating away at the corpse yet.
Okay.
I wouldn't expect it this
Super fresh.
Yeah, it is definitely early. But
because they have to hatch.
yeah, they got to be laid and whatnot. But on top of that, you're also noticing no like flies, no creatures outside of whatever seemed to have attacked and killed it have scavenged off of it either.
Okay.
It seems to have been left alone by nature.
All right.
I'm specifically looking for a bullet in there.
I have 3 questions.
No.
That would have come up.
Do I see the house of the witch?
Yeah, as previously mentioned,
Okay.
it's about
Is
50
this
yards
the man
away.
who I've seen in my dream?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Does he look appetizing to me?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Actually, let me give you the roll. Yes. There's
I will.
you
Here's what I do because I'm very charismatic.
you kind of want some man fingers right now.
I am very charismatic and I have
does.
very good. I'm very good at deception and intimidation. So I'm trying to mask it as I'm helping Mr. Bones here, and I'm just like leaning over very close, just gobble a little bit. Yeah. He was definitely killed.
I think I whacked you in the head. With like,
Hey, as you
I'm
as you're
investigating.
give me what stealth I suppose.
Stealth?
You're trying
How
to
about
hide
deception?
this. You're trying to hide the physical action of grabbing. It.
sleight of hand.
Can I have,
Deception would be more like, this man is delicious and you should all let me eat him. So that's intimidation, sorry. This man needs to be eaten.
I can do that.
I can do that for you.
Can I give myself guidance on that one?
This body should be
I
disposed
mean, if
Wouldn't
you
be
want to be like,
obvious.
yeah, it's the clear like focus.
Okay,
All right,
fine.
I'm gonna do something now.
Okay.
You
What's
have
this
to
man up
audibly
to?
cast it.
Stealth, you're saying. That's 20.
All right, you managed to sneak a little bit,
Nice.
but it's hitting points where you're like, all right, I need like a hand or an arm. I need something that's gonna be obvious. It's
hey man, I sneaked out a part, a liver.
Okay,
no,
this
you,
is-
you got like remnants.
Levy, I'm a bit confused. Is this corpse actively decaying faster than normal?
Absolutely.
This is weird, but I want to snakes.
my good man, could you move away, please? I'm trying to
Nature check.
don't want to pollute the crime scene. You understand?
I did not see these marks here before.
What are the?
There's some
Actually,
kind
I
of
will ask-
hole.
I will ask Jasmine if
Is
if
there
she
really
knows
a
if
bullet
their
hole
snakes
there?
are common.
No, a pole. As
There's
in,
some,
you know, like...
Oh.
a couple of venomous and a few constrictor species on the island. There are a few you need to keep an eye out for. Some rather large ones if you go deep enough in, but by then you're in kobold territory.
Because I got these bands, and if there are any snakes that happen, this is going to sound so bizarre, but if there are any snakes that have happened to witness this, I could potentially speak with them about it.
If you can find him, and she kind of like
Yeah.
does the two hands to the side motion of here in all this fucking nature, you can find it.
Jasmine,
No.
come over here, please.
Absolutely
She
not.
approaches.
Take a look at our poor Mr. Thompson's
These marks
body.
are different.
Can I call out for the snakes in whatever language?
Assume so.
Is there any snakes here?
Yo, snakes. You have to wait to
I
see
have
if
a
there's
few
a reply.
questions.
Like a Snow White.
So Jasmine approaches.
But only with snakes.
Now, I must admit I'm a bit perplexed by the new arrival of certain marks. But the initial marks, here you can see the gashes. In your professional opinion, what sort of animal would have caused that?
She looks at it for a moment and then retrieves from her pouch what you would best describe as almost a bear's claw. It doesn't really have the same length in terms of the claw to it, and it's definitely shaped a little bit more like a humanoid hand, but it's covered in fur and it's got the classic animal pads at the normal spots. It's been wrapped, mummified, you can tell. The point at which it was severed was wrapped, but it still seems to be in decent-ish condition. And she quickly places it to check and goes, "Bet good money. We've got another lycanthrope on the island." She pockets that again.
Another lycanthrope? So you're presupposing that it isn't, what's the fellow's name? Johann Miller?
You believe he's the one? He's
I've simply,
he is an odd bell.
I've simply heard things. That's all. Nothing
Or was there
substantial.
one before?
you
and
and half
caught
the
it?
island. Yes,
That
I.
was what I was presuming.
The last one killed my husband.
I'm terribly sorry. My sincerest condolences.
What's your passive insight?
16.
16?
Holy moly.
She's being friendly with the term husband, probably wife.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just real quick, is there amulet on the corpse?
Yeah. Currently being worn. Looks
Just
like it's been cut.
Forward all the way.
I mean, yeah, you pick it up. It's pretty
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, yeah.
There's a
I look
little...
at I take it and then I look around and just
Everybody notices.
everybody.
And then you're like, and wearing?
No.
But too bad, you already have one necklace slot and you can't take
Yeah.
it out.
Could too.
Somehow you can't get it up.
Would you please stop disturbing the body and make it very difficult to conduct an investigation?
It is a teal crystal, which are held between two chicken feet, bound in crude twine.
Ooh.
And do these
So the ward wouldn't protect against
do
his
these
kind.
gashes
Wouldn't
match up
against
with any
lycanthropes either?
of the sort of
I
thing
don't
that
suspect
the
so.
amulet would have been designed to
But
Do you wanna
some
wear
would
it?
say they are cursed.
It's supposed to protect against lycanthropes and the like.
Do you want to wear it?
But it did not.
It does not seem to have.
Then perhaps
So
we
do you
have
think
something.
he was dead before, or is the ward still work on a corpse?
Give me a moment. She approaches the amulet that you're
Mhm.
holding, offers a hand,
Mhm.
takes it. Clearly, some ritual chanting and casting. It seems part of the magic has faded.
In strength or in breaking the spell? And it's
My friend, I'm gonna solve all our problems. I cast detect magic at will.
Okay, you do so.
Mhm.
Eyes blink on. There was magic there. It has been completely dispelled.
Ooh. What do I see on the chicks that are with us?
The
The hunter
you notice
and the
the
witch. Wait, witch is with us, right?
Hunter
yeah,
and
which
the
is
witch.
with you.
Hunter and the witch, okay.
is with you as well. The hunter, you're noticing the mummified hand
Mm-hmm.
clearly has some magic on it. I think transmutation would be preserving
Mhm.
magic of some sort. Outside of that, you can tell a witch is loaded down with various talismans of sorts, little knickknacks, charms. Effectively, you look at it as yeah, that's kind of like looking into the sun. You get every color of the rainbow.
Nice.
You get a number of spell schools as well.
I turn it off immediately.
Necromancy on the hand. That would make sense.
Because
Yeah.
Revify is necromancy.
Yeah. You never look at a witch with
Okay,
magic.
yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't hurt, but it's
Right, yeah.
it's hard
I
to
see
make out
everything.
details. It takes
Yeah,
more
yeah.
time to focus.
Okay, yeah.
You can start picking out little details if you're interested in what's going on,
I
but
forgot necromancy's a thing.
when your eyes flash on as well, the corpse has a glow to it as well.
What?
Necromancy again.
You're trying to eat tainted meat, man.
How do I
No,
feel
no.
like
Succeeding in eating tainted meats.
how do I feel about it internally?
Right now, your gut biome's doing okay, but give it like 10, 15 minutes to
Nice.
digest. We'll
Nice.
see.
So necromancy. Okay, yeah, I share the information. I'm saying, okay, that amulet worth nothing right now. The magic has been dispelled
Actively, so as if it was,
actively.
the magic was removed from it in some fashion.
Oh,
And this is
And
supposed
the corpse?
to last at least a month.
necromancy. Yep. It's gonna raise.
I'm
from
sorry,
dead.
could you repeat that?
Yeah, the corpse magic necromancy. Yeah, is gonna raise up and I don't know, do something.
Not all necromancy is for raising the dead.
Hashtag not all necromancy.
Oh yes,
I dabble
Nerd.
myself.
that's pretty good.
Do you,
That's pretty
do
good.
you now in
Hashtag,
your
yeah.
dabbling? What sort of
Maybe it's
necromantic
being preserved.
spells would be
For some
active
reason.
on a living creature?
Living creature?
Yes, presuppose that this necromantic aura that a goblin friend has found, presupposing it was put on a living person, what would be the reason behind that? Any
There's
sort
gentle
of
repose.
to keep the body from
Indeed.
decaying?
Exactly. It's
Well, no,
Yes, that must be it. I didn't notice. Levy and I noticed that there were no flies or maggots actively harvesting
Very
from the
true.
corpse.
a good point. But
there's also the
who
spell
would
that
just
makes
leave the body here?
a living person appear dead. I can't remember the name of it.
Someone
I can
wants
tell
to
you that this
preserve
chap
it.
is absolutely dead.
Agree.
From blood loss alone.
Get away from the body.
Oh,
You're being shooed back
Investigating.
by man with gun.
Now,
Cock.
this theory that we're crafting, it does make a bit of sense, but one question is still irking me. I'm not certain why someone would want to preserve the body if they were not part of the investigatory party like we are.
Did they want us to make sure we could find it, even though it seems easy enough to find?
I suppose.
The ranger speaks up. That would make sense. The last time the lycanthrope attacked, assuming they have the same methodology, well, it started leaving clues behind to follow it, to figure out who it was.
So either we have a lycanthrope with some sort of necromantic ability who wants to be captured, or
More
what is
likely, I
perhaps
think
more
they're
likely.
taunting us.
No, I don't suspect it is a taunt. I suspect it is a framing job. Now, what are the odds? Now, I'm a worldly sort of person, but what are the odds that a lycanthrope also has some sort of command over necromancy?
If they change themselves,
it could be a
they might have some magical capabilities.
Granted, but if they're a genuine lycanthrope, that talisman should have worked, no?
Well, I suppose if they were able to dispel it first, they would be able to approach without problem.
So a relatively
fear.
skilled magic user.
Was the last lycanthrope that skilled?
No, not in comparison.
And I don't suspect Mr. Miller is either.
There is one exception to how a lycanthrope could approach. If they were strong enough willed, they could push past the magic.
And what would constitute strong-willed? A sort of...
Anyone strong of mind, someone who is learned, who is courageous,
I see.
likely more so on the personal courage side. It is an amulet that is supposed to emanate fear.
I see. Something able to overcome fear. Something driving them beyond. I suspect that... We'll have to return to the village and...
Well, we need to do something with the body, right? Are we going to leave it just like...
You stay away from it.
Well, I mean, if we're going to bury it, it's just a waste of...
Well, I believe that is up to our good Captain Shield Maiden to determine where... I do agree that it should be brought back to the village and
Does
then
Mr.
given a
Thompson
proper
have any
burial.
family?
Oh, yes, next of kin.
I believe the only relatives the man had are dead as well.
Is there a plot where they were buried?
Yes, the same graveyard as the others.
I suspect the captain will want this man interred there. But we cannot bury him until we completed the investigation. I would like an opportunity to give a rather more thorough autopsy of the body, provided that the captain agrees.
I can assist.
I don't believe I'll be needing your services, thank you. Once we get this autopsy completed, perhaps that will give us more information on the cause of death.
Linnigan speaks up. Could you, in your investigation, determine if the corpse, say with proper magical energies, would it be able to speak to us?
I'm afraid my own skill with the arcane is not such that I could accomplish that.
Any clerics in town?
Well, I myself dabble in a number of spells. If you wish to speak to this dead man, I would need coverage for the reagents, but I could provide you with a scroll.
But that would be a problem.
As long as the body doesn't keep on disappearing, as I just like...
I mean, no, it happened once, and now you're able to.
What are you guys talking
personally
about? I was
guard it.
looking for snakes, and now you're acting all weird.
I mean,
I don't know.
By the way, did my
Everybody's
calling
acting
out
weird.
for snakes attract any snakes?
yeah, you attract 2 snakes.
Nice.
They pop up.
Nice
You're-
snakes.
You have a nice little conversation with them. They were not in the area at the time,
Okay.
but they did hear one of those strange human noises that they like to make. Often when they startle them, they will make this in response.
Must be a mating call.
I-
And you're in a lot.
I don't think that's what it is. No. Okay. Well, I will thank them for their time. I guess.
Slither away.
I don't have anything else to offer them.
Do you have any mice?
Um.
Bring us mice next time.
Okay.
Now, Lynn,
We're small.
I say, like a liar.
this spell we were discussing, so we may talk with the deceased Mr.
Yes.
Thompson. Is this something that you'll be able to cast at the moment, right now?
I am unable to actually perform the magics. I can produce a scroll which would allow anyone to
I see, and
reproduce it.
just how long would that take?
That would only take me a couple of hours.
I see. Now, if you could, please start on that as soon as possible. If you could deliver it to, let's say, the captain's residence, and we will rendezvous there, take the scroll, and then use it after we have moved the body back into the village, of course. Now, I will be needing some help in carrying Mr. Thompson out of here, seeing as I weigh approximately 25 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can count on me.
No. I'll help you.
Well, I have a strength of 8, so...
Yeah.
I have a strength of 10. So.
Oh, I'm.
I have strength of 10, boys.
Well, with the
I have a strength of 12.
So if the people with muscles actually could take care of this.
with a group effort, you're able to lift the body and carry it back to
What's the
town
size
fairly
small?
easily.
I'm going to do a quick investigation check around the area where Mr. Thompson's body was.
Go for
And I will try to overcome the hunger.
I think
You're
I'm
good.
carrying the body just like...
That's a 12.
Keep the guns under the...
Yes, you got
poke around a bit.
I got
And
like the legs just like on my shoulders.
A few feet from the body, you find a dagger.
Oh.
But unlike a lot of your standard, properly forged, this is very clearly cold iron. This is raw iron that was just pounded into.
Yeah.
The hilt is properly wound and whatnot, so it can be used without fear. But it seems he clearly defended himself with this. There's a
I see.
coating
Some
of
chips.
blood on it.
All right. Then I will sort of gingerly pick that up and
No
return.
fingerprints, so no worries.
Yeah, sorry. I'll return to the group and actually I'll go to you, Linney.
Alright.
And I found this relatively near the body. It seems Mr. Thompson had used this to defend himself, judging from the location of this dagger. And you can see there's a shade of blood on this. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a cold iron as well, which is notoriously an anathema towards lycanthropes, if I don't recall incorrectly.
Yeah, I will use my Artificer's Lore.
Go on history, I assume.
16,
It's going to be high.
21 again.
21. Cold iron tendency to be used against devils, demons, and fae.
I see.
As well as, in some cases, angels and the like.
Okay.
That being said, it's still useful against a lot of other critters. But you also know it doesn't really fit lycanthrope lore.
Okay.
Some people believe it to be, but you know for a fact with this that is like, no, cold iron doesn't actually work. There's no benefit for you to
It
use
just
against
covers a lot of superstition.
Yeah, it does. And a lot of people have the tendency to be like, well, if it works for one, it probably works for the other.
Okay.
In this case, you know.
You go for the generic to try to hit most things that are trying to
I see.
follow
So regardless,
Holy water or silver bullets or
our deceased Mr. Thompson at least believed that this would protect him. Whether or not it had an actual effect. Well, we'll have to enter this into evidence.
Bag it.
my
Both my magical
detect
items
magic
are
is still
for
working, is
melee.
it? Any
As a
magical at all?
gunslinger.
No.
Okay.
Just cold iron.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Alright.
Anything else at the crime scene?
I'm gonna ask a witch, just by any chance, just me and her. Do you know how to
Oh, yeah, you're the guy who
take
called me a murderer.
off the thank you. I'm trying to,
Oh, she's got a good memory.
Is there any way you heard about like cursed items and how to take them off?
Oh, yes, there's a
By any
wonderful
chance?
fellow who stopped by and taught me the proper incantations and runes to scribe a spell onto a scroll that would allow one to remove a curse.
Quote to you.
Perhaps if this is a lycanthrope, that would be very useful for such an individual.
Oh yes, absolutely. How would I ever come across one of those scrolls?
150 gold pieces for the necessary reagents and proper inks.
Time for more gambling.
I have to spend a decent amount of money to get this imported, you see.
See, I was expecting
Imported.
500.
So with the ship and the crew, you don't have any on you currently?
No, I do have some.
Oh, okay. 150, you say?
Yes, it's fairly limited in the amount of magic I will be capable of scribing.
And how long would it take you to?
A couple of hours.
Hmm.
But with this necessity to speak with the dead, I suppose that should take precedence at this point in time. We need to know who it is before we can remove the curse.
Well, priorities, after all.
So it will likely be done in a day, maybe two.
Okay.
If you already did investigation, can the rest of us not make those checks?
Oh, right. You could make other types of investigative checks. Say you are out in nature, so survival would make sense.
Yeah, I'd like to try this survival check to see if I
Sure.
Oh, nice.
So that is an 18.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Back to the murder
You know
scene.
this man did not survive.
He failed his
You take a quick kind of moment, check the area, and then listen. It's quiet.
Too quiet.
There aren't any animals in the nearby area.
except for the snakes.
And to top it off,
They quickly
you do
left.
a quick little check of the soil, even near the corpse. You can't come across any bugs or even worms in the ground near here.
Well, at least you didn't see everywhere around you feel necromantic and like as in like hollowed
I
ground.
I
really
want to
don't
make
like
an
this.
Arcana check.
I really don't like
Sure.
Like
this.
an investigation.
This is the
Arcana.
worst.
This could
See
be
if I can
like
pick up on,
unholy ground.
Yeah.
Is
I
going
share
on
this
here all this
information
weird
with
magic?
you and just kind of side eye you.
Wow, thank you.
Well, I mean, if he was looking at magic, and if it was something with, it seems more predatory rather than
I got a
super
fucking
magical, unless if the magic's so
Can I-
wide.
Reroll?
Yeah.
I literally can't do any worse.
That's true.
It's weird, even the bugs in the
There we
ground
go.
are
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
19.
do not find this
Alright.
naturally.
clean, this clean.
You take a moment and focus, and you feel the weave, which is how magic propagates throughout the world. Normally, its threads move with order. There's kind of a natural bending and move to them, but here they're very clearly tangled in the exact spot where the man died. In these places, you know that magic has a tendency to act wildly.
Okay.
In fact, to the point, now that you think about it, you might not even have needed to dispel that magic. Walking through here could have simply just revoked it or turned it into something else.
Okay. I will share that information, and I will say that it's entirely possible that if this is gentle repose at work on the body, that it was just a random occurrence, that it wasn't put there intentionally by anyone.
Lynn nods. There are a couple of these spots I've noticed around the island. In fact, there is one near the miller's farm.
Well, if it is working like that, then that hotspot could have been what dispelled
It
the
is
ward,
quite possible, especially if it had been here for some time.
which puts another oddity. Either the werewolf is intelligent enough in the arcanes to dispel magic, or it's maybe intelligent enough to find these spots and target in these spots. Which is
Maybe
also
it.
just as disturbing.
If that's the case, then you should want to check the miller's farm, as that would be the next location for an attack. And this does line up. This is the first night of the full moon. Well, last night was, I suppose. We'll have 2 more nights on which we will need to
So,
be aware of ongoing.
you're saying that magic works funny here, right?
Yes.
Can I cast Mage Hand and kind of like guide through the area
Try
here?
to go forward. It's
just to
Give
see
me an Arcana check.
just to see how it goes here around. Yeah, Arcana. You sure?
Yes, very sure.
That's a 6.
In fact, roll it at disadvantage for fun.
Nice. That's a 6.
That is a good 6. All right. If you would please roll me a D100.
Oh wow! Love me some D100s.
You know this is good,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
when Steven's working with the weave on
That's a 32.
his game.
32, you say.
Yep. You tell me.
So the rest of you watch as he attempts some basic incantation, and then he's just suddenly gone.
Nice. Do I feel anything?
Yes. You see all around you this unending white. You feel yourself kind of... It's almost as if you're on like an ocean, or like bobbing around in an ocean.
Just a really big bowl of milk.
What?
You can see kind of off in the distance some large creature kind of moving about.
Oh,
And there seems to be some sort of strange ship chasing after it, perhaps?
at least you're not on the plane of water.
Again?
Are you actually trained in Arcana?
No.
you-
I'm a warlock. I'm a
You
charisma.
have
charisma.
no idea what's going on.
No. I mean,
You just get your powers from some demon guy.
yeah. That's
the devil did he go?
What the hell's...
It seemed like he tried to do something,
Damn.
and
And then, as
I'm
quickly
guessing
as you
he interacted
disappear,
with
you're
that.
back. Oh,
I seen some shit. Wow. That was great. Let's do it again.
Where'd you go?
Oh, it was magical. It was white. I saw a big thing, and then the ship, and they were chasing each other,
And
and
this is
it was a
going to
lot
happen
of
to-
white things. And I just tried to touch the space here with my
Okay, I'm
hand.
gonna make an Arcana roll, see if I understood
Mage
that.
Hand, is that correct?
Indeed.
I
Yes.
noticed the somatic gestures.
Yes.
Fucking no. 8.
Hey, no, I didn't.
In the
That's
interest,
weird.
in the interest
Not a
of
clear enough description.
in the interest of science, I believe I'll have to confirm this. I will also cast Mage Hand.
Okay. Give me an Arcana roll.
Natural 20 plus 7. 27.
Okay, so as you're reaching out for it, you notice, yeah, okay, the weave is doing weird stuff here. And with that natural 20, you're like, oh, I see what it did last time. I could cause that to happen again, if you would like.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, like
Popped out of existence again. You're actually trained in Arcana?
I am.
Okay, you pop out, you look around a bit. Oh, this is the astral plane. Oh, that's odd. And
You died for like 2 seconds.
And as quickly as you pop there, you feel the energy start to pull you back. You could resist if you want to, but the astral plane is not really a great place to visit.
No, I'll come back.
Pop back.
I'll come back.
Well, that was the astral plane.
Let's do it again.
I don't think that would be in our best interest, my dear boy.
If he wants to do it again, let him do it.
Let's not begin disrupting the synergy of our group here
It's clearly dangerous.
by sending people on jaunts to the astral plane.
would you know how to metaphorically untie this knot?
With that natural 20, I'll give you the following. Effectively, he kind of had a rip in the weave that's slowly kind of closing because of the natural taut nature here. Mm-hmm. That being said, other magics could cause other issues if one is not careful with their casting. A well-instructed wizard would have no problem. One who understands the arcane arts, no problem. Somebody who gets their magic from somebody else, problem.
What I'm saying is, we had the same effect, so we are either both trained well, or both are getting our, energies from demons. Just putting it out there.
I intentionally made that happen, so
Okay.
I'm trained well. You're the demon boy.
Hey,
I would suggest that in the future, whenever we visit these so-called hot spots, that we are very careful about what magics we employ, because there is disruption within the weave in these places and can cause all manner of horrible effects, the least of which is appearing in the astral plane for a quick jaunt.
Well,
Okay, is there some way to determine if my mage armor is still effective?
Yeah, you can feel that. Right now, it seems okay.
Okay.
you can feel it and see it.
I had to actually dedicate myself to figuring out that this was going on. So is there a way for me to be able to even tell at a glance if we found one of these, or would I have to be concentrating and actively trying to spot them?
Mm-hmm.
You can easily tell when magic is cast. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to take... effectively, you need somebody to have cast or be in the act of casting to notice magic is doing strange things here. If it's not being cast, then it's a lot harder to pick up on. But
So
you could theoretically do it.
I'm gonna need to get my Find Familiar spell. Canary in the coal mine with Snowball.
Does
Come on,
anyone
Snowball.
have any spell or cantrip that lasts something like a light spell?
Like a mage hand.
Like a light spell? Yeah, I
Mage
do
hand.
light.
Yeah,
Why
it's a
would you
minute.
want me to do a light spell?
Then we would probably see some shimmering or disruption of the light spell if we hit one of these hot
True.
spots.
If we just carry something broken, I can cast Mending on it.
No. Let's not begin experimenting in an area that is far away from support, my dear.
Yeah, The last time somebody tried shit like that, they got sucked into the astral plane. So
Was it like
Well,
dangerous
it's
there?
better to
was it
know-
hard to breathe there? Was it like
To
because
not.
You
It's
described
it's
to
the
me
warning
a magical
to
awesome
not
place.
cast magic against.
It wasn't
Or
scary
unless
at
if
all.
we're just
You know
not
that
wanting to
feeling
cast magic,
when
which I am
you hit
fine.
your funny bone and you lose
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sensation? That's what it felt like for your entire body the moment you popped in there.
Damn,
Like
you're not making it worse for me.
there's
It's better and better.
Yeah, there's a weird like energy there that you're just not used to that sets your body a tingle.
Okay.
When you know about the one at the Miller's Farm, do you know of
It
any
is that kind
others?
of like uncomfortable though, like you touch something and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Like Jones.
Do you know of any other hotspots like this on the island? Or
yes, as mentioned, there was the Miller's Farm. I found a little bit there before. There could be a number of other places, but I went out that way to effectively bless his crops and noticed I needed to be quite careful in that area.
do you have a more efficient way of detecting these?
Not without casting.
Okay.
I took my time. When one prepares a ritual, often you can be far more careful.
When
But-
you were looking with magic, could you see this, or
No.
No.
It's specifically how it interacts with
Interacting
it.
with it?
It's
Yeah.
okay. So let's go check the farm.
Okay. And I think that's...
You chaps have the body.
yes.
yes?
You hoist the body and start taking it back to town, and I think that's a great place to stop for now.
Hey, Miss Witch, start scrying that scroll. I'll buy it
Of course.
as soon as you're ready.
I will speak with... deal with the... communing with the deceased first.
Okay,
But I will make sure that gets done next.
you do that.
You do that.
You do you.
Yeah. Never get old.
Questions, comments, suggestions?
I was really surprised when you came up with some hedonism because my flaw was specifically I could never stop at a little hedonism.
Yeah, I figured Mikael seems like the kind of guy who would be into almost anything.
And surprisingly enough, she's in almost anything.
Well, there you go. Yeah, match made in heaven.
We're not doing like regular experience for this, right? It's,
You get experience over time. So as time goes on, you will level up.
okay.
That way, it's not like, oh yeah, you want to level up? Go kill some kobolds.
So not
Who I have-
specific points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who I have clearly described to you as being, the devil's kobolds. They are not the primary goal here, but hey, if you want to give it a try, they're available.
Just go into the woods and
If you
start
need some extra
packing.
cash,
Yeah.
check into cash.
Like, there will be
Check the
benefits
kobolds.
to going after any sort of goal.
it's my
but,
money and I need it now.
Yeah, but experience will not be that. The longer you are here, the more experience you will learn, and you will be able to pick up skills from certain individuals should you desire to do so.
Okay. Because I'm really gunning for that find familiar spell,
I
especially if it can
appreciate-
help us with.
I
these
appreciate that there were several
patches.
threads to tug on in terms of this sort of investigatory mystery, and it's clear that you put a lot of time into the setup of the thing. To sort of make those threads tangled in a deliberate way rather than just sort of haphazard. Right? I do wonder, though, apart from the arrival and the sort of the presence of the sailors, right? I would have liked to have seen more. It's just aesthetically speaking, more either natural environments or little bits of flavor or lore or whatever that really typifies this as taking place on an island.
Sure.
Does that make sense? Because sure, we've got the lighthouse and everything, so we've got the basic understanding of it's taking place on an island. But for instance, this thing in the woods where we stumbled across this body and there's a cabin that could have taken place anywhere,
Right.
right? In any sort of place in Faerun where there happens to be woods nearby. I would like to see.
To hear the sea.
Well,
in
yeah,
the distance.
either in the rest of the adventure, like locations that can we can only really experience on an island, or like animals
Definitely.
or sensory stuff that we can only see, feel on an island, right? You know, to
The
kind
ship
of
could have just been a giant tuna.
to kind of reinforce that feeling that like to make a very clear sense of place, right?
Yeah, no,
That's true.
I definitely need to do that for like flora and fauna and kind of dig into that a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah. Like there are plenty of opportunities for it. You could have like a cove, or
Yeah.
and stuff on the beaches and things.
Your fjords and
Yeah.
whatnot.
That sort of thing.
I really like how you did the party split, and then even though the party was split, we got the description of activities, so to say, like the.
Well, you heard this, and we had this dream.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had this dream, and then, despite the fact that the party was split, we have all got the information, and it was very neatly like, it wasn't a long story of you going to the mansion or for her to go to the the whatever family.
Yeah,
That
I
was a
do.
very.
I do try to keep it. The more you like splinter off, the more it's going to be kind of short and summarized.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah, but yeah, as long as you guys are investigating together, I do hope to be able to dive more into like setting scenes and painting pictures. If everybody ends up going to the manor, then you're going to get a much more like grandeur view of it. And yeah, I hope you go there.
It was awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, no,
Thank you for running. It was very entertaining.
Thank you for that.
Another game that I will try to participate in.